How you doing?
I got
How's
Martin
life
Luther King
going?
drama right now. What do you do this time? Oh, it's
Oh,
good. Just working. Just moved into a house and shit. So it's just been like taking a lot of time, but finally back into the groove. How about you?
okay. I'm just reading. Just doing lots and lots of reading. What's up?
Reading? Yeah, you're doing a lot of boring shit. When
I know.
there's a lot of exciting drama going on. You're in this political world. There's all this stuff going on. It's like, ooh, Netanyahu did this. Hassan did this. Cringe. Let's talk about Boogie2988. Okay, all right. We're gonna hop right into it.
What
What
did
do you
he
know
do?
about Boogie's crypto scam? What do you know about this?
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all?
Nope.
All right, we're gonna have a chat about it. All right.
Okay.
Boogie, as everyone in chat knows,
Mm-hmm.
is an epic lolcow. Okay, he's fallen off. He used to be seen as the Mister Rogers of YouTube, and now everybody just basically sees him as retarded. But I would argue there was like a little bit of charitability he had from large YouTubers because I think they thought he was just like dumb,
Okay.
like he's mostly just an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
But now he's been exposed for running a pump and dump crypto scam on what's remaining of his audience, and see, his explanation is he didn't know what he was doing. I don't really buy that. I think he was lying. I think he knew the entire time, mostly because the the service he was using was called Pump.fun, which is literally
Okay. Based.
I mean it's yeah, it is based. It is based, but
Mm-hmm.
he somehow didn't know. He somehow didn't know. But Coffeezilla did this really good interview with him, and you can basically catch on to Boogie's blatant manipulation tactics, and I think it would be excellent for you to check out on stream, which is why I'm gonna DM it to you right now. I'm not doing any spoilers on this, okay? Chat, you're not getting any spoilers. This is all new information, okay? I'm not gonna turkey tom it up. Yeah, let's check this out, chat.
Okay. Hold on. Um. One second. Hold on. Um. Avenue. Yeah.
Destiny got manipulated into not posting a talk with him? Whoa. Shocking
Not
allegation.
posting a talk with who?
I assume they mean Boogie.
When did I didn't I have to book it like 5 years ago?
Wow. You got manipulated 5 years ago, little bro? You're nothing. Kelly Jean joins, Dan joins, XQC joins. That sounds like it would be a nightmare. Get them all in. Everyone spam them on Twitter now.
Um.
Have we covered sketch yet? Oh, we will, Marshall. Marshall with 5 L's. He's taking them. We'll be covering it, don't you worry.
Okay. We're fine for this for now. Okay. We don't need any more of this right now. Close this. Okay. Jesus. Oh my god, I just got the best fucking idea ever. Holy shit.
Gay sex?
Today I confronted.
You should give since I'm a boring fucking reading streamer now. You should do like a 45-minute or like a 30-minute drama segment where you can call into anything else. We'll put you up on the TV, and then you could just like say like, here's some drama going on, and then give us your take on it, and then we'll link your shit and all that, and we'll go over it on. That'd be a keynote.
That is a genius idea.
It would be
wow,
a keynote
I should
idea.
do that.
But
Let's
we can
do
do
it.
it here now. No, fuck Dan. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe we'll look at this later. Okay, wait.
Dan's kids are loved by him.
Dan's kids are loved by him?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Don't care about this. We've got, did I open your video? Okay. Confronting Boogie2988 on crypto scam. Oh, I opened this and somebody in my chat was like, this is boring. Don't watch it.
It's not boring. That chatter was retarded. That chatter wants to see you
Ooh.
read. Coffeezilla got him. Caught him in the act.
All right. What do you want me to just start or?
Yeah, can you just screen share me in and I'll give a little context real quick?
It's really hard for me to screen share. Why are you making me do this? Wait, no, wait. Didn't I figure out a way to do this?
You can't just do it on Discord? Is that hard? I mean, okay. If you
It's
can,
it's like a second computer that you're looking at on stream. I've got two separate computers, so I can't just like screen share because it doesn't have
Okay.
access to that screen.
I'll follow.
But there was a
on
way
stream.
that we were
But
doing this. I just don't remember how we did it. But there was a way to do it. I don't remember how.
It's fine. Basically, the deal is Boogie was he adopted this kind of Andrew Tate persona where he was he's a fat ass, so he takes his shirt off, he's wearing glasses, he's got his girlfriend next to him on stream in her underwear, and he's like, I'm gonna help you all figure out how to be broke. It's kind of a tongue-in-cheek thing, right? This crypto thing, and for that reason, I don't really feel bad for anybody who got quote unquote scammed by him because he was literally pitching it as like it is a pump and dump.
Okay.
The criticism, I think, comes down to the fact that Boogie didn't even know himself what he was promoting. He's a retarded person. And he also admits in this interview to being a fan of Coffeezilla. So he knew exactly what he was doing. Like, he watches all this shit happen. But for some miraculous reason, he's like, I didn't know what a pump and dump was, didn't know what he was doing. It's kind of the classic Boogie playing the victim when he's caught. But this interview, I think, will be an excellent watch, and you'll love it. You'll catch on to his manipulation.
Do you
He's
want me to...
like Boogie's like a BPD girl when you catch her. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna 2x it and start listening for a bit. Okay.
Okay.
Boogie2988 on a crypto pump and dump he did, where he got paid $10,000 to promote a coin, and he said that he thought that just because he said, hey, don't buy this unless you're rich, that nobody was going to put their money in. A few hours later, $3 million worth of trading volume had been done. And I tried to tell him and explain to him that that's how these deals work. Insiders pay you, the celebrity, to go ahead and promote something. They paid him $10,000, and then people end up buying the coin. It doesn't matter what you say. The whole point is they're renting your likeness, renting your image in order to do that. He then told me, well, basically he's paying for cancer, so he can't pay that money back. It's all spent, money's gone. And I tried to get to the bottom of why he did it, why I think that he didn't actually care.
Wait, does Boogie have cancer?
Does he have what?
Does Boogie have cancer?
Yeah, he says he has blood cancer, yeah. A lot of people don't believe it, but he claims to have blood cancer, I think.
Okay.
Whether it was a scam or not, because he actually came to me ahead of time. It was a really weird story where he came to my DMs before he fully launched the coin. He had just done an announcement tweet saying, hey, at pump.fun, which is the platform he was launching on. And then he said to me, hey, I got a question for you, something like that. And I looked at his Twitter profile and I said, don't do what I think you're about to do. And he said, oh, it's too late. Like, I already spent the money, hospital bills and stuff. So I thought it was really weird. Like, why would you come to the guy who busts scams if you thought it was all on the up and up? Because that's what he tries to say is, no, if I'd only known, if I'd only seen ahead of time what this was, I wouldn't have done it. Very strange story, though. I want you to hear.
Well, it's obvious why he went to him. It's because he was basically trying to say, like, well, I went to Coffeezilla first and we chatted about it, so I figured everything would be good. It's like he's like covering his tracks, or basically, right? Or covering his ass, really, right? But
from Boogie2988 himself, though, about this, decide what you think. In general, I think it's fine to say people should not be investing in memes. I just think it's also obvious that marketers wouldn't pay people if people didn't fall for this stuff. Ultimately, they are scamming your fans. They get in on the coin early. They sell as your fans pile in. I hope we can continue to expose celebrities who do this, such as Boogie. Desperate or not, it's not okay. There are other ways to make money. And yeah, here's the call we had. Boogie, it looks like you launched a crypto token that is a scam, a pump and dump. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, I don't think it's a pump and dump. It is a meme coin.
It's literally from a thing called pump.fun. What are you talking about?
I never knew who pump.fun was until today.
Well, that's what you tweeted. That's what you tweeted. You said, oh, we're going to break.
I learned about it today, so I also tweeted about it today. So try to find a time I tweeted about it before today. You won't, because I just found out that I didn't know who this company is or these people I'm working with, other than they referred to me by Afroman's manager.
Right, but you said before you posted the pump and dump, you said, we're going to crush the internet, pump.fun. You didn't realize at that point you're doing a pump and dump, that you're getting paid by insiders to do this?
Well, not really, because again, if you watch the video that I launched this with, the entire video, the entire bit, the entire joke is I lost all of my money in crypto.
But I'm here to tell you the truth and the hacks to help you break free from the matrix so you can be a brokey like me. True happiness comes from a goldfish, from the same woman a couple of nights a month, and the occasional meme coin. Fatty for life.
Here's my shitcoin. If you want to be broke too, buy my shitcoin. That's what I say in my tweets.
What's the joke about you getting paid to do this, though, and asking people to invest in this coin? I mean, what's the joke exactly? You know people are going to invest. That's why you're getting paid. You know that.
I thought people would buy one coin to come onto the server and hang out and fuck around. That's what I thought. That's my understanding, and that was the point. When they were pitching this to me, they're like, don't be like Logan Paul. Don't be these other people. We want you active in the community. We want you to talk. We want you to be there. This is your community. Be part of it. And so it seems very easy for me to do this with another company to collect.
You were asking people to invest in a financial product, not just a community, right? You understand that. This is not like, hey, pay $1 and you get access to my community. People think that they're going to make money. That is why there's three.
I just want to give you a quick insight. We're going to take a quick manipulator break, okay? I don't know if I can expand upon these rules like explicitly, but there is a thing that manipulators do where they will claim that they're not doing a particular thing, but then in the course of arguing about whether they're doing that thing, at some point in the argument, they'll begin to justify the thing that they said before that they weren't doing. It's a little slick. It's probably unintentional, but it is incredibly mindfucky. Let's say that you come home and somebody, you find that your dog is acting a lot differently than you'd expect it to, and you ask a friend to babysit the dog. So you go up to the friend, you're like, yo, what's going on with my dog? Like, what do you mean? Like, were you like were you pissed off at my dog? Did you attack my dog? Like, why is he so like scared? Why is he in the corner or whatever? And like, no, I would never do that. Me and your dog got along fine. We were great. Everything's great. Everything's fine. Really? And then you start pushing. And then they're like, listen, I never do anything to your dog. Okay? Listen, your dog barks like all fucking day. Okay. Like, holy shit. Like he barks all the fucking time. He shits all over the fucking floor. He pisses everywhere. Like he eats his fucking dog food. Something that is happening here, and I don't think people realize, well, I don't think the person doing it realizes what they're doing because they wouldn't do it. And the person arguing with them often doesn't realize it. What's happening is when you say, when they start giving justifications for a behavior that they initially said they didn't do, they did do that behavior. And now in their mind, they've moved on to trying to justify and defend themselves from it because they've forgotten that they lied about not doing it at all. It's super manipulative and it's really mindfucky because then the other person will start arguing the justifications, not realizing, hold on, wait. So if you're saying my dog did all these things, okay, fine, maybe he did. But so then you did kick my dog, right? You attacked him, right? Like you're justifying now why you attacked him. You understand that's what you're doing, right? People don't catch this. What Boogie is doing here, Boogie is deploying this. Initially, the coin is just a joke. It's just a joke. I didn't think anybody was gonna actually fucking do anything. It's a joke fucking meme coin, right? But then it's like, what are we making justifications for now? They said that I was going to participate in the community. I'm not going to be like the Pauls. I'm actually going to go in my community and participate. I just thought people would like buy one so they gain access to the Discord, right? Well, hold on. Wait. First you said it was a joke, but now you're justifying why the coin was a good buy. So was it not a joke? Did you actually intend to have this be a product, right? Notice that right now Boogie is defending the very proposition that he denied, which is that this is a coin that's meant to be purchased by people as a serious product in the beginning of the conversation. Just as a quick manipulator thing to point out, but okay.
Other company to collect.
You are asking people to invest in a financial product, not just a community, right? You understand that. This is not like, hey, pay $1 and you get access to my community. People think that they're going to make money. That is why there's $3 million of trading volume on this little shitcoin that you just promoted.
Well, I told them they won't make money. I literally told you go broke buying this coin.
You can't think
in the tweets and in the videos, I said, don't buy this coin. You'll go broke. If you want to be broke like me, buy this coin.
There's literally no way you believe you're going to get paid $10,000 for something, and those people aren't expecting a greater return on their investment. This is how meme coins work.
Their money back, but I mean, there are plenty of companies that I've worked with that are just there to get their name out, and they're glad to make their money back, or even spend money to get name recognition. I can name a dozen.
These people are spending money to get pump.fun meme coin name recognition?
I presume.
Let me explain how this works, Boogie. Let me explain how this works. Pump.fun is a place where a lot of things happen, but celebrities will launch meme coins. How it works is insiders pay them for their brand to juice it for all it's worth. They buy in early. They have the influencer promote it. The price jumps up because no matter what the influencer says, the attention gets people to put money in the stupid project. No matter how much you tell them, oh, it's a meme, guys. It's just a joke. It's just a fun little joke. They're going to put their money in because they like you, and they're going to get rugged. They're going to get destroyed by the insiders who got in early on the coin. They have all the advantage because they got in early. All your fans have the disadvantage because they got in late. These coins always spike at the beginning. They always die. You think you're going to be around this community for a long time. You're not. Within 6 months, this thing is going to be dead.
I mean,
Yes and no. He's saying that the coin is obviously a sham and not a smart investment. So if you invest in it, you are throwing money away to be part of the community. Still stupid though. No. The goal is to do a pump and dump because thank you very much. It's so easy to see that if you really truly did mean this to just kind of be like a meme thing, then you would like limit the upside, right? You would, I don't even know, I'm sure you can build this functionality into coins, but you would limit it so that one wallet can only hold one coin, or you just wouldn't even make it a crypto at all. You would just make it some digital purchase that like flags a Discord account or some bullshit. The fact that you're letting people buy in as much as possible means that the potentiality for a pump and dump is there. And when you're working with a site called www.pumpcoin or whatever the fuck.com, and you're getting paid $10,000 to promote it, it's pretty obvious what's going on.
The thing is, like, why would he even promote it in the first place? For free? Like, am I really supposed to believe that?
Yeah, he's getting paid for it, right?
Yeah,
No,
he's getting paid. Exactly. That's the entire point. And, like, he can, like, joke about it. It's like, oh, I'm, not responsible or whatever because I said not to buy it. But, like, then you're also, like, talking about how it's valuable, how you're building a community, how there's a reason
exactly.
to be,
Yes.
investing in it.
You're justifying the thing you just said you weren't doing. You said it was just a meme, but now you're saying why it was worth selling to people in the first. So which is it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I mean, I think the truth is obviously the bad intention, which is what Boogie wanted. But I think it's pretty clear. I don't know how you feel about it, but I think the reason he messaged Coffee first is to like avoid responsibility or like make
Yeah, that's what I said. Because he can say that like, bro, I messaged you. Like, come on, dude. Wait, are you really gonna light me up on this? Like, dude, I messaged you and I talked about it, right? Like, it's that appeal to that bullshit in the beginning.
Yeah, and the worst part about it is like Boogie could make videos to make money. He like refuses to. And he also like has a bunch of trash in his house. Like he has like I want to say like $10,000 at least worth of like Funko Pops and arcade machines. They're like, if you're going through like cancer treatment and you can't pay for it, you should probably be selling that off first before you're scamming your audience, right? But he refuses to do that. He refuses to take any responsibility for his own life. It's always just well, you know, I'm fucked, so I'm just going to scam people. And then when he does scam people, it's like, okay, well, it's not really my fault, and this is why it's someone else's fault, and I didn't know what I was getting into, and these guys are responsible.
Sure, although I would say careful on the terminology, like scamming his audience for the cancer treatment. I mean, if he's honest about why he's doing it, it's not really a scam. His audience is just stupid, right? But
I mean, yeah, the audience is pretty dumb, but I still think he faces some responsibility, at the very least, for the lying.
wait, lying about what?
Well, because on one hand, he's like, I never told anyone to use it. I said it was shit. And then he's also just saying it's like cool.
Oh, no,
like,
I'm sorry. About the
there.
crypto thing, I agree in particular. I was just saying that, like, you can't say that he's scamming people about the cancer donations, because if he's honest, like, I need this for cancer shit, and I do have all these Funko Pops,
Yeah.
that's not really. But this is probably kind of a scam, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The only thing that would significantly change my mind on this, and I haven't done any reading into this at all, the question would be was Boogie open about the fact that he was getting paid $10,000 to promote this before it all went down?
I honestly couldn't tell you that. I don't remember. He did say it in this recording, but I'm not sure if he said it beforehand. I would guess not, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. Okay. Curious. All right.
Talk to.
Exactly.
So
There it is.
everybody's left the server, but if there's people to talk to, I'll talk to them. Why wouldn't I?
Because you got paid up front.
Sure.
Okay.
Brother, I don't know if you understand what my life is like right now, but I have so much free time that I spend a lot of it on my Discord now because I'm just bored out of my mind. I don't have places to go. I don't have money to spend.
Why not to sound like ableist, but if you have all this free time, why not work, my friend? And it doesn't even have to be like boring, horrible work. Like, make YouTube videos. You have a channel with millions, right? Boogie,
Yeah, like 4 million subs. Yeah.
Bro, yeah.
He refuses to. He refuses to make videos. This
you
is the
have
thing.
all
He
this
refuses
free
to do
time?
work.
What the fuck? Okay, listening more.
I'm literally just fighting for my life over here, and a lot of that involves staying home, spending my money where it needs to be spent, and trying to just not stress myself out to make my polycythemia vera any worse.
How much did you get paid for this total?
I was given $5,000 up front with a promise of $5,000 on the back end after a week of coming on the Telegram, doing some live streams, doing some tweets about it, and all along the ways talking about how it's a shitcoin that'll make you go broke.
One thing I'm curious. I don't know if Coffeezilla will drill into this. He said he got $5K up front and then $5K for continued work. So there are two ways that this could have gone. One would be very interesting. So one standard way would be $10,000 contract. You get $5K up front. You get $5K after a week. But a second way that contract could have been written is you get $5K up front and you'll get $5K if they hit a certain volume. And that second one would be a killer point. Don't spoil if they do go into it. I hope he asks him if that second payment was contingent upon a minimum volume for the coin. We'll see.
You know why they tell you to do it for a week, right? That's how much time they need to get out of the coin. They're going to slowly drain the coin as people buy in. They're going to use whatever's worth of your name to dump on your fans. You know that.
Well, if you're telling me that, I believe you.
That's how meme coins work. I told you in DMs not to do this. You came to me because you were about to launch this coin.
It was launched. You told me after my first tweet. I literally said to you, the question before that was like, hey, man, can we talk real quick? You said, don't do it. I said, I have some questions. You said, don't do it. But at that point, today, it was already too late. The first tweet was out. And
oh, now here's Boogie. So remember, he laid the trap by asking him a few weeks earlier, right? Like, bro, I came to you. Now he's like invoking that, basically like pardon power. Like, I already talked to you, so I should be clear, right? Bro, you can't go after me. I asked you questions, right? We already talked about this, yeah.
No. There was no contract. There was no video out.
The money's already spent. It's at Mercy Hospital right now. It's gone. I used it to pay dets. I used it to pay medical debt. So
you didn't have to tweet that tweet. You didn't have to tweet it out. You said you did the pre-announcement hype thing, and then you sent me a message asking me, oh, I've got some questions. I immediately tell you don't do it. Then you don't listen to me. You say it's too late. I cast the check. Need it for medical bills. Isn't it just a shitcoin, a meme? No one's actually going to buy the thing. And then $3 million worth of trading volume happened.
Yeah, I was not expecting that, obviously.
You know who was expecting that? The people who paid you.
I obviously don't want anybody to lose money. I thought there was going to be some trading. I thought people would buy enough coins to join the community and come and fuck around and have fun. I thought they might spend a little bit of money like they do on Cameo or Patreon or OnlyFans to have some personal interaction. That's what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting anybody to think they're going to make money from this, especially because I specifically told them, you will not make money from this.
Don't you think it's kind of gross, given that you know firsthand, almost better than anyone, the damage that speculative investments can do, that you would then make money from a speculative investment like this?
I put my money in the crypto market in the wrong section, and I pretty much lost most of everything.
Right, that's why I'm telling people don't make a speculative investment here, because I lost my ass. Like, if you watch the video, hopefully you'll include it in your video, parts of it. But in the video, I talk about how broke I am, how I lost my money in crypto. I talk about, if you want to be broke like me, join my community. And
right, you're doing a satire of Andrew Tate's crypto coin. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Where, okay.
Whereas he's saying join it, make money. I'm saying join it, lose money.
And you think that's okay to then financially tie money for yourself where you can hurt your audience? You think that's fine as long as you say, oh, join it and you can lose some money?
I will say, while you can almost be endlessly critical of Boogie for a huge variety of reasons. Well, I think that, I don't know if I would say Boogie did anything wrong here. I would say he's being a fucking retard, maybe. Or maybe the fact that he's so, like, he's not honest about it is, like, the wrong part. But if Boogie is, like, going on saying, like, buy broke coin, buy broke bitch coin, buy broke ass coin, and then you buy it and it ends up being a pump and dump, I think I have exactly zero sympathy for anybody that buys it. I'm like, I mean, fuck, bro, what the fuck did you expect? Like, I mean, what, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I don't feel bad for those people. I think they're
and I don't even know if Boogie,
also, like,
I don't know if Boogie did anything wrong
if
there.
It wasn't that. It's like, it's Boogie. It's fucking Boogie. Like, why the fuck are you buying a coin from this idiot? Like,
Sure,
you look
yeah.
up anything about him, you find this guy's like a liar, like pathologically. Why
Yeah,
would you
well,
ever
yeah,
trust
but
guy
in
with
this case,
anything?
he's not even lying. If he's literally saying, listen, be broke like me, blah, 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 blah. Like, if he's saying shit like that, I mean, you can't really say promoted, even if the coin does end up being a pump and dump. Like, but, okay.
I think part of the problem is he says it's not a pump and dump, and then it like definitely
Yeah,
is.
that's why
And
I'm
so the
saying
question
when he
becomes,
lies
did he know
about
or did
it.
he not know?
Yeah, exactly. When he lies about it, that's the problem. Yeah, like his behavior now. Like if he would have just come on a call like this, and he's like, you know, Coffeezilla's like, yo, what's going on? And he's like, I guess the company that hired me was a pump and dump. So yeah, I mean, I guess I was more right than I knew when I told you that if you buy it, you're gonna be a broke bitch like me. So yeah, if you did, yeah, you're pretty fucked. It was pumped and dumped. If Boogie was like that, I think, yeah, okay, you're clear. So I think any moral wrong that Boogie is saying, I think it's just because of that behavior afterwards, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mostly agree.
Still listening?
Even though you know with your following, people are going to invest in that.
Absolutely would. I mean, I'm steadfast in this. Yes, I believe that if I got paid to tell you don't buy something, I'll gladly take that money. If I get paid to tell you this might be dangerous for you, invest smartly. Yes, I think I'd love to get paid. I'd love to be paid to be an example of somebody who lost their ass in crypto and teach people that very important lesson. I think it's a very good lesson to learn.
You think making people lose money, that's a good lesson?
No, I wanted to keep them from doing that. I wanted to get the message out to make sure they didn't. That's the point. I thought it would go viral as a meme.
And then like this like weird thing of like, oh, I was just trying to help people. Like it was cringe and stupid and not true. Like you just wanted to get paid, dog. You wanted to get paid, you got paid. Like that's it. Just say that much. Like all this weird moralizing is cringe.
As a joke, as a comedy bit. I thought that it would make people laugh. I thought people.
An investment is never a comedy. Like people who are trying to tie comedy to investments,
I didn't expect
it's
anybody
hilarious.
to make an investment. I didn't expect anybody to make a large investment. Why would they? I told them not to.
Okay. Let me ask you this: when were you paid the $5,000?
5 days ago.
5 days ago.
Less than a week.
Were you paid in cash or were you paid in like crypto?
Cash, obviously. Yeah.
Okay. And you're being.
I hold none of. as far as I know, it's my understanding. I hold none of this coins. I don't have any coins in my wallet. It's my understanding they've set aside 2% for me, but I don't have a way to receive that.
Oh, like that sounds really bad. When you say that. So remember, okay, CEO compensation is done in stock a lot of the times because the goal is you want to tie the incentives of the CEO along with the incentives of the board, okay? If the CEO is getting compensated in stock, then the CEO is motivated to make decisions to increase the value of the company so that the share values that the board members represent also increase. You're aligning incentives there. If Boogie knows, and he just said that, Boogie knows that part of his compensation is in the coin itself. He's got 2% ownership, I guess, of all the coins or some percentage of the coins, whatever. If he's got that 2%, that means that Boogie has an incentive to see the price increase. And an increase in price kind of necessarily implies that a lot of people are trading on it. So that's not a good thing. That hopefully, we'll see if Coffee picks up on that, but okay.
It's my understanding they've set aside 2% for me, but I don't have a way to receive that. So I don't know what good that does me. And 2% of nothing I thought was nothing anyway, so who cares?
No, but now the coin is your coin that you told no one to buy is being bought, unsurprisingly, and now it is worth something. Are you then going to sell that too? If you get a hold of it, are you going to sell it?
No, I will not sell. I won't be able to get a hold of it. I don't have a wallet anymore.
Well, they can just sell it for you. They can just make money for you. Are you going to take it?
If I'm being genuine with you, and I do want to be genuine.
Oh, right. And so he even lied. I don't know if Coffeezilla realized what he was asking here, but I think when Boogie says he doesn't have access to it or can't do it, I think Boogie's trying to be cute because I think it sounds like Boogie knows that he's going to be compensated based on the value of that coin, which means that first thing that I asked where I was like, when you said it was 5K up front and then 5K after, was that based on any performance metrics? I wonder now if in that contract, that 5K that he got later, if that was based on a performance metric of the coin, or if that's them compensating him or buying him out basically that 2% of that he had of the coin. And it sounds like Boogie is aware now that there might be a way for him to be compensated for the coin, but he thought he was being cute earlier by saying, well, I don't have the wallet, so I don't know if I have access to it. So blah, 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 blah. Right? Yeah.
If I'm being genuine with you, and I do want to be genuine with you and the rest of the internet, I'm in pretty dire need of money. I have a lot of medical bills, and I'm fighting cancer, and I very much like not to fuck around with my healthcare too much, but that's something I would genuinely have to consider. And I know that from watching your videos in the past, if I say maybe here, a lot of people are going to take that as a no, and it might end up being a no. So I may as well give you a hard no here because I very, very much need the money. I'm on $1,800 for the medications right now. I need the money to pay for that. I have a $2,000 a month mortgage.
Does he not have like Medicaid or any kind of like state medication like insurance program, or what's?
I genuinely would like very much to keep my home. I'd very much like, but I don't want to do it at the price of ripping anybody off. And
that is kind of what's happened here. A
That's
little.
not kind of what's happened a little bit. Don't soften that. That's exactly what's happened here. There is a scam that's being perpetuated with a coin that he's being paid to support, and he's getting paid a percentage of how successful the scam runs. That's exactly what's happening. Lidzy, thank you for the 15-viewer host.
To keep my home, I'd very much like, but I don't want to do it at the price of ripping anybody off. And
that is kind of what's happened here a little bit, though. You know that.
Yeah, I mean, you've informed me of that, and I'm very sorry for that. I hope people listened. I hope people heard what I had to say. I hope people remembered, like, you're buying into a community that's there to make fun of me for losing my ass. That's the entire point of the community. You're supposed to, as a crypto bro, come in and maybe you throw me a bone because you know I have medical bills and shit to pay.
Wait, so people are supposed to buy into it if you're a crypto bro? So they were supposed to buy it? What does he mean you throw you a bone because you have bills to pay? So was it a joke coin from the very beginning that nobody was ever supposed to take seriously? Or was it a coin where you make fun of Boogie by buying into it so he makes money, but then other people are going to be incentivized to buy into it? Or what, like?
That's for millionaires. I want multi-millionaires who make more
They're
money.
really not throwing you a bone, though. They're throwing the people who paid you a bone. Like, the people who are investing in this coin are enriching not you the most, but the people who paid you. And that's the whole grift. It's like people are getting celebrities to rent out their reputations to milk them for all they're worth.
But you're describing, I charge for memberships on YouTube. YouTube takes half. You're talking about a grift that every company does on the entire internet. I didn't think it would be an unfair percentage. Otherwise I wouldn't have signed up for it.
No, I'm talking about a pump and dump, because this is not some kind of like obvious, oh, this is a membership. This is to make money, right? That's what meme coins are about, making money.
Well, I accept the fact that you're telling me I'm ripping people off, and I accept that might very well be true, and I don't mean to be. And it was not my intention. My intention...
He always shirks responsibility. He does this thing where he's very good at this. This is a super abusive... man, that girl with him must be super mind-fucked. I feel so bad for her. Boogie's like a master of manipulatively avoiding responsibility while sounding like he's making concessions the entire time, right? You understand that you stole that homeless guy's money, and now he's starving to death. It's like... I mean, yeah, if he's starving to death now, like, yeah, I mean, I accept that, maybe that money in that cup that was his might have actually belonged to him. But I mean, I didn't know it at the time. I've seen money laying on the ground a ton before, and I've picked it up. And I've seen tons of people walk by and pick up money, and I spend that money on medical bills. And I mean, if you're telling me that that's really what happened, then, I guess, okay, yeah, if you're telling me, then I get, right? The recognition of the wrong is always external. Right? You're the one that's realized I did a wrong thing. He's external, right? If you're saying this, if you're telling me that, well, that's what people are saying, if that's what's happened. And it's always a thing that is like happening to him and never happening because of him, right? Oh, well, these guys, I guess if this is what they did and they pumped and dumped and they did this, there's no agency ever. Boogie never has any agency in his life. Well, I didn't know that I did this. Or if in the advanced, because remember, he always ratchets up the assurance seeking, right? If the next level of, I don't know if he does it here, but the next level of the Boogie assurance seeking will be, okay, yeah, maybe I did do this. I did it. And then he catastrophizes. I'm a massive fuck up. I did it and I fucked up because I fuck everything up because I'm so worthless and I can't do this and I'm just a worthless fucking person. You're right. Is that what you wanted to hear? That I'm a horrible human being, right? It's this false sense of like taking responsibility when in reality, he's just trying to like throw himself under the bus to make the person talking to him either feel bad for him or feel like they've accomplished their mission, and then they walk away and it resets it all. And he like has like, Boogie is like one of the most obvious, like when you watch his conversational schema, it's always like abuser or manipulator type talk every single time. It's insane. He sticks to it so well.
I accept the fact that you're telling me
The
I'm
biggest
ripping people
question for
off,
me
and
is
I
always
accept
with
that
these
might very
kinds
well
of
be
people,
true. I
like,
don't mean
how self-aware is Boogie of what he's doing? Like, how self-aware of his manipulation is he? Like, is he thinking ahead of time, like, this is what I'm going to do? Or is it like a totally subconscious thing he doesn't even realize?
It's hard since I never do any of this, and I'm not a manipulator. But it is truly hard to get into the mind of a person like this. I would assume that they don't know. It's like they know that if they perform, when a baby cries, does a baby really know what they're doing? What a baby knows is that if they make noise, eventually somebody will come and take care of them. But does the baby know that they're creating an environment where the other person is so fucking irritated that it's easier to acquiesce to the needs of the child than it is to sit there and endure another minute of their screaming? I don't think the baby knows that. I think the baby just knows that if he cries, eventually somebody comes and takes care of him. I think that with
So is it
manipulator
essentially
behavior,
like operant conditioning?
yes, I truly think so, yeah. That when they've engaged in certain behaviors in the past, they tend to get rewarded for it, so they continue to do so. And it's just kind of like a learned behavior, and they deploy it without thought. That's my guess, I think, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, 7 more minutes. Okay, going through.
to be. And it was not my intention. My intention was to be a spectacle, as I've always chosen to be on YouTube, for people to look and laugh and realize that I'm the fat, dumb idiot that lost his money in crypto. To drive home the point that crypto is not a smart or safe investment, and you have to be very careful with your money. I said that in the video. I've said that on the Telegram. I said it on Twitter, and I'll say it again here. And I genuinely do not think anybody would think that
This isn't some grand point. You're just making 10K. This is just you making 10K.
I think you can do both. I think you can make a point and get paid to do it. I think you can do both. Are you getting paid from this video? Will you be making a point in this video?
Am I going to be selling a product? Am I going to be selling a crypto token? No.
I don't know. Will it have an advertisement? I don't know. I don't know how you run your channel these days. I haven't seen you in a while.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you're running ads on this, and I don't know if you have a sponsor, but you might.
Do you think that's the same?
Coffee fucked up so hard. Coffee shouldn't have said, "Am I selling a product?" Coffee should have just said, "Am I scamming anybody? Am I scamming anybody or causing anybody to lose money to a scam?" That's what he should have said. He shouldn't. He gave Boogie an out there, and I think he realized it, and he didn't correct himself. So,
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you're running ads on this, and I don't know if you have a sponsor, but you might.
Do you think that's the same thing as selling a financial product?
I will say also for people that engage in this form of manipulation, something that they're very, very, very good at doing is they're very good at attacking you from a place of perceived vulnerability. They look like they're incredibly vulnerable and exposed. And from that position, they're able to attack you so much and you can't attack them back because it feels like really horrible to do so, right? They're either crying, they're being emotional, they're throwing themselves under the bus. And when you've got a person like that, right? Fine, I fucked up. Yeah, I'm the worst fucking person in the world. Okay, sure, fine. I mean, what do you do? Like, are you a fucking saint? Are you telling me you've never done anything like this before? Like, how does it work for you here or whatever, right? When they're already like at such a low position, it feels bad. Like a human doesn't naturally want to say like, listen, bro, hold on. What I do is nowhere near comparable to how evil, like the shit that you've just done. It's like you fucked up, like really hard. Like you're doing horrible shit because they're always like working to like lower themselves to make them unassailable from the person they're talking to. But okay, sorry.
And I don't know if you have a sponsor, but you might.
Do you think that's the same thing as selling a financial product?
I thought it was going into it. I'm now beginning to believe that you're correct, and it's not.
Okay, now that if you start to believe that I'm correct, are you willing to try to avoid the damage you might do to people by, one, not selling your tokens, and two, maybe giving back the back half of, you said the first half is spent. I don't know if that's true. I'm just trusting you here. But actually giving back the 5K you're going to be making back to the community, locking it, making sure that people aren't going to get hurt further?
No.
No, I'm going to pay my medical bills next month with that last half, and I'm sorry to anybody that's disappointed with that.
Yeah.
I have an $1,100 medication plus a $300 medication. I get a bunch of I'm going to buy medicine with it, man. And if people are disappointed with that, I fully understand that. It's a shitty thing to do, and I'm a shitty person for doing it. You can have that opinion. I'm okay with it. That said, about burning the coin.
Yep, throwing yourself to the bus. Yeah, I'm a shitty person. I'm horrible. I understand, right? Yeah.
It's something I'll have to seriously consider.
It's the next step, right? Because if you continue to apply pressure on a person like that, then eventually that's like the next step, right? Remember, you always ratchet up the bid for assurance, right? You can keep going further. I don't know if you would in this video or not, but like you can also keep taking that further, right? Where it's like once you've got so low, if the person continues to lean into you, it's like, well, okay, well, fine. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to die? He's kind of already doing it with the medical stuff. Should I just kill myself then? What do you want me to do? Should I just be broke or poor so now I can't afford anything? Like, what would you have me do? Like, I have no options, right? Remember, it's to externalize everything, to remove all agency from yourself. Those two things are one and the same. And then to continue to fight from that position, yeah.
My immediate answer is, I'll need to survey the damage. I'll need to understand what people have lost. I'll need to understand how much good burning those coins will do, and if it's going to make a genuine impact. I think I'd consider making the sacrifice. Yes, I think I would make the sacrifice if I thought it was going to make a genuine impact.
I don't believe you. I think you're going to try to get as much money out of this as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if it's probably the last thing I'll get to do, and I bet after this video is live, I don't think a lot of people are going to trust me moving forward. That might be the smart move, but I'm still going to consider it.
Well, you did just sell out your community, and your answer is sort of like, oh, I have bills, but look, everyone's got bills. You have medical bills. That's horrible, obviously. You know, I wish you the best, but is there not any other way to make money than launching meme coins?
Well, I'm currently selling every collectible I own to try to keep my head above water. I'm making YouTube videos as much as I can, but I make $20 a YouTube video if I'm lucky.
Remember what he just said earlier, right? He's scrambling. He said earlier, I sit around in my home and I'm bored all day with nothing to do. And now he's scrambling to make videos and he's trying to sell, every single thing else, right? It's how are both of these things true at the same time? It doesn't make any sense.
Because my channel is completely demonetized. I have my podcast, and I'm working as hard at the podcast as they'll let me. But there's only so much we can do there, and it's bringing in $2,000 a month. So collectively, I'm bringing in about $3,500 a month. Without medical bills, I need about $6,000 to survive. With medical bills, I need close to 8 or 9, and I've run out of savings. So I'm selling everything I can to just try to keep my head above water here. And I think it might go. I know we made a big joke out of it on the documentary that I filmed last year, but the reality of it is I'm very sick, and it's very difficult to get work. I took this opportunity because I thought it was a fair one. If it's not, then I'm asking.
Why? Okay, let me ask you this. If every
Oh, he's so close. We're just waiting for him to drop the... What am I supposed to do? You just want me to die then? I just can't take any opportunities? Do I need to... I'm just supposed to not be able to... Come on. That's the next... That's one of the final stages. After that, then it's like threatening suicide, and then it's going to be shitty suicide attempts, and then it's going to be... Well, actually killing yourself is never part of this escalation of bids for assurance, because you don't get any assurance if you're dead, so...
Other opportunity in your life is not paying a ton of money. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a crypto token wants to pay you $10,000. You think that's suddenly going to be a fair thing? I mean, everyone knows, like, everything's about risk, reward. The shadiest people pay the most money. Why did you think that was, that's going to be fine?
Because in my experiences, a lot of these crypto bros are multi-millionaires. To them, $10,000 is a blink of an eye. They could burn $10,000 on their front wall.
No, they're paying it to make money from your fan base.
I thought it was as a meme. I thought it was as a joke. I thought it was a bit.
The joke is they're getting rich or what?
Do a bit. Do what?
The joke is they're getting rich or what?
I hope they're not getting rich, because I sure is feeling from it. I hope nobody's losing money, and I hope they're not taking it. I hope nobody's taking money from this. I hope nobody loses money.
Well, that's impossible when you have $3 million in trading volume. It's just impossible that no one's lost money here.
As I told you, my friend, I did not expect anything like that. I certainly didn't.
I tried to tell you.
If that's true, then why did you accept getting compensated with a percentage valuation of the coin? That's like the killer question. I mean, there's like 12 killer questions that you can ask here, right? You thought that crypto bros were going to be the ones investing in it? Then why, if you're telling everybody that it's a broke coin and to buy it if you go broke, why would you expect crypto bros to invest in it? That doesn't make any sense. If it was just a meme joke sell, why are you offering a service in conjunction with the coin? If you thought that it wasn't going to do anything or perform at all, why do you have a percentage stake in the coin itself? Like you have, there's like so many questions. It's like none of it lines up.
Before you made that post announcing the actual coin.
I mean, you told me 5 minutes before I made it. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. You tried, and I appreciate it.
Okay, well, yeah, I don't know. How do we stop influencers from doing this, Boogie? Everyone's taking these deals. Everybody wants to get rich, and they don't care if their fans suffer. Well, I mean, what do you think we can do? Just tell me.
Okay. I'm going to guess Boogie's going to do two-prong. Put yourself in the mind of Boogie. What can we do to prevent these in the future? Well, I don't know. People like you are really important, Coffeezilla. It's going to be something like that. And then the second one is going to be people like you are really important, and maybe nobody should invest in these projects. They're probably all bad. I wish I would have known that before. That's my guess. We'll see what he says. Those two. I might be off, though. I don't know.
What can I do to educate people? Because this is like a Sisyphusian battle. Every day it's someone else selling out. What can I do? How can I educate people?
Had someone... Give me a moment to think about it. I'm sure this will be edited a little bit, I hope, because I'm going to need a pause here if that's okay. So I really want to think it through. You need to get the message out that there is no such thing as a safe promotion for this.
Okay, so that was point 2. Yeah, all of them are scams, maybe. Yeah.
That there is no such thing as people not losing money. If you're telling me everyone's losing money on this guaranteed, then I needed to have the understanding that no matter what I did, all I was doing was stealing from somebody. I didn't think that. I didn't understand that.
Yeah,
you're telling me that now, and I'll never do anything like this again.
Oh, of course. Yeah, it's always after he's reaped the rewards. This is the Vosh strategy. You do a bad thing, you collect the benefits for doing the bad thing. Once the bad thing has been exposed, then you try to collect the virtue for disavowing the bad thing every time. Yeah.
I'll do my due diligence here. I do have some integrity, and I'm going to do the work that I'm paid to do. But after that, I'll never do this again because you are telling me the only outcome is that people get ripped off. If I had that understanding going into this, I would not have done it.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And
okay, thanks, Boogie. I appreciate it. I hope you get better. I hope you get better with your sickness. And
yeah, it's cancer, man. People don't generally get better. But I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay.
He doesn't have cancer. That's bullshit. He's lying about it. 1,000,000,000% he's lying about having cancer too. Absolutely. Unless he's linked medical documents 100% showing it.
All right.
Yeah.
We're going.
Thank you.
Why would you say that if you had cancer? It's cancer. You don't get better from it. That's so absolutely not fucking true. Depends on the type of cancer. Depends on the condition of the patient. Depends on the healthcare available to you. Depends on no, hold on. Third one is stupid. Depends on the type of cancer. Depends on the status of the patient, and it depends on how far the cancer has progressed. And then also other things like finances and medical whatever. But those three are the big ones. Why would you just say it's cancer? There's no hope. That's such a stupid fucking thing to say. No shot. He's lying. He's absolutely lying. He's absolutely lying about it. Oh, anyway, what's up? Okay, what else do you want to say?
Hey, man. All right. Well, I'm glad you got a kick out of that. All right. So the next drama, I feel a little like, I don't know. This is my internalized homophobia.
Fuck! That's such a shitty thing to do. I hope he kills himself. What an unbelievable fucking, what an actual fucking piece of shit. Why the fuck would he say that at the end? That's such a disgusting fucking thing to say. It's cancer. You always die. That's not true. There are so many different types of cancer. With certain screening, depending on what you're at risk for. So if you're a man of a certain age, they recommend things like colonoscopies or prostate exams or whatever. If you're a woman of a certain age with a certain medical background or a history of cancer, they might recommend like mammograms or whatever. Why would he say that? That's such a stupid fucking horrible thing to say. I wouldn't even care so much that he says that, but the fact that he'll say that and then say he has cancer and he's collecting money for the treatment at the same time. Also, so is he doing chemotherapy? You said he's paying $1,800 a month or $1,100 a month. I guess it changes all the time. What is he paying for cancer treatments? Is he getting medication every month or every week, or is he doing radiation treatment? What has he said about this? I don't. Have you looked into that at all? Do you know?
I don't know all the details of his cancer treatment, to be honest with you.
Boogie,
I wouldn't be surprised if he's lying, but
2988 cancer. Wait, hold on. Okay, somebody linked something. Okay. Hey, so I debated not sharing this, but I got my official... This is why I don't trust people like Turkey Tom, okay? Because they miss out on the value of some streamers. Boogie is indeed at times quite the comedian. Boogie, what a fucking hilarious joke. Boogie joking that he would actually withhold some piece of information that makes him look like a victim. That's one of the funniest fucking jokes I've heard of the year. We've got 5 months left of the year. I don't think I'll hear anything funnier than this. Somebody enters in a contender for most hilarious fucking joke of all time. Okay, sorry. Hey, so I debated not sharing this, but I got my official diagnosis today, so why not? I do, in fact, have a type of blood cancer called polycythemia vera. It's extremely slow-moving, and many people live with it for decades. No big deal. I guess if you're going to get cancer, this is the one to get. It might lead to stroke or heart attack, but that's easily managed. It doesn't eventually lead to leukemia, but we can stay on top of that, or it could eventually. Okay, and at the end of the day, I don't think you should be that worried about it, and I'm not going to be that worried about it. I'll just do it. Why the fuck are you even publishing this? Okay, so if indeed has this, he has like a form of cancer that takes decades to progress. So there's never any public viewing of like a symptom of cancer or chemotherapy. There's no treatment involved, so you never has to talk about a treatment or paying for it, I guess, right? Or he didn't mention anything. Sorry. But then hold on. But assuming all of this is true, assuming everything here is true, and he does have this, and everything he said about it is true, why the fuck did he say at the end of the Coffeezilla video, you know it's cancer, you die from it, there's nothing you can do? Why the fuck would he say that? Sorry. Okay, I'm so sorry. Move on to the next thing. Thank you, Corey Lulu. Okay, what's up?
Okay, so there's this streamer named Sketch, who I'm a fan of. He's kind of like part of this new wave of streamers. I know you don't care for them, like Jinxie or
the gay thing. I'm supposed to go over this tomorrow on. I think XQC is supposed to come over, and me and Dan and him are going over it on our show. If I go over it beforehand, they're gonna get mad as fuck at me. So can we pause this one, or if you want, you can call in tomorrow and go over it with us. But I would say right now, can we pause that one? Is there another drama to talk about?
I mean, there's always stuff to talk about. Of course.
Callisto, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships.
Hold on 1 second. Those are the big two I wanted to talk about. You kind of fucked me. Talk about who the fuck is XQC? That's tomorrow. Today is today. Fuck XQC. He has blonde hair. He's Canadian. Like, there's okay. Hold on. Oh, actually, I have a great one. Okay. So recently, Penguin Zero, unknowingly, at the time, falsely accused Sniper Wolf of striking someone's channel, and it's hitting on a lot of big topics like copyright abuse on YouTube and like people impersonating YouTubers to take down content, and also what counts as actually transformative. So this is fire drama. Okay, it's not as interesting as the gay leaks, but it's almost there.
Wow,
okay?
Illuminator,
So
thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Wait, you
so
said
we're gonna start
Penguin
with-
Zero, that's Charlie, right? Mm-hmm. Accused Pokemon?
Sniper Wolf.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's Sniper. Accused Sniper Wolf of false. Okay, gotcha. Link me. Go ahead.
All right. But it turned out that he was wrong. So I'm going to link you. Just keep that in mind here. I'm going to link you
Okay.
this video, and then I'm going to link you his follow-up video to all of it, basically. So you have both videos.
Thank God. Don't let me miss anything about this. Okay.
I don't know what's happened.
You and Tom should play a quick ARAM match while y'all chat. Yeah, okay. God damn it. Somebody pointed out something the other day, and it drives me insane. And I can't unsee it now. That, okay, to be clear, just real quick, I have no problems with Charlie. I don't think he's ever done anything like bad or horrible. I don't think he has any beef with me. I'm not like critiquing his character or anything like that. I'm not saying anything like negatively, like bad about him or anything else, okay? But somebody had pointed out that like, basically, Charlie has this way where he kind of like delivers things in kind of like a cold, like humorous, like ironic, edgy manner or whatever. But he always has literally the safest opinion on every single conceivable topic. That Charlie will never, ever step outside the ring of public opinion to critique something in like a way that's actually, oh shit. He is always like squarely within the center of whatever like the entirety of the culture is pushing towards.
You think it's possible that's how he actually feels?
Maybe. But I mean, even if that's true, it's a little bit like having like, yeah, I don't know. But he could always, but yeah. Okay, ready?
Ready.
Into the YouTube ecosystem, but there are some villains that have infiltrated deep into the mainframe, spreading an infection. It's pure pandemonium and chaos. And I don't mean like genius villains, like we're not talking light Yagami here. We're talking bumbling moron villains like a Saturday morning cartoon character from Fairly Odd Parents, someone Timmy Turner would do battle with. Like, I'm talking about...
Did he say light Yagami?
Yeah.
Wait, is that what they call him in Death Note in the English version? Do they call him
Yeah.
Yagami? Oh, okay, my bad. I'm just
What do they?
kidding.
Wait. What do they call him in Japanese?
I don't watch dub shit. Sorry, my bad. Go back. Okay, my bad.
Wait, no.
These
You
narcissistic
say you don't watch dub
YouTubers
shit, but
that for some
you're
reason
saying that
are so
Yagami is wrong. So what do they call it? in the
Yagami?
sub?
Yagami?
So what do they call it in Japan?
They probably call him your mom.
Chungshu, maybe something like that. All right,
What?
get back to the video.
trigger happy with strikes all of a sudden that it's completely thrown off the balance of the entire website, and I think YouTube themselves need to take action to put the kibosh on fraudulent strikes. It's just so out of hand. Like a week ago, I made a video talking about how Tech Lead continues to be a pathetic worm that's just squirming around issuing false strikes to anyone that hurts his feelings. Luckily, those are now being unsuccessful because YouTube has stepped in and automatically been smiting that dog shit. In the same video, I talked about the connoisseur of cringe getting off of his throne to issue a fraudulent strike to a YouTuber that made fun of him, copyright striking him over 13 seconds of his clip being played in the commentary YouTuber's jokes. I've actually got a fresh little update for you right out of the oven here. Brand spanking new. It involves, once again, the sensitive cyborg, The Manny Show. The Manny Show acts like he's a vampire, and jokes are the garlic. Or better yet, the wooden stake being driven into their heart. It's unbelievable just how much The Manny Show hates people having an opinion of them. Like, any criticism. Previously, the channel he struck, Ingween, had over 600,000 subs, a large channel. The channel that they just now tried to strike is a channel that had 27,000 subs at the time of the strike, and is a 16-year-old.
I had gotten warnings that the Manny Show was copyright striking videos criticizing him, but I didn't think he would notice my channel. I mean, he has 12 million subs and is 23 years old. I'm a minor, 16 with 20,000 subs. Surely he wouldn't do that to me, but he did.
I'm so sorry. And this guy might be like the demon, whatever, but I am instantaneously siding with is it Manny? I'm instantaneously siding with him because the person that's against him just said that he can't do this because I'm a minor. The fact that this guy just brought up his age instantly makes me side with the Manny guy, literally no matter what he did. Anything. Yes. Read into that as much as you want. So just know that that's my stance for the rest of the video. Okay.
Received an email that the Manny Show, yes, his full name was on it, which I won't show out of the respect for his privacy, but yeah, that he had reported me.
Now, fortunately, YouTube, once again, actually automatically declined this dogshit request. If you look at the request there, the Manny Show tried to issue a strike based on 8 seconds of their video being used on this YouTuber's channel. So, tried once again to strike this channel, but YouTube said enough is enough. no more fishy business, and they decided not to do that, which is very nice. So that makes me believe that they're aware that the Manny Show is a bad actor who abuses the strike system on the platform. So hopefully YouTube will take action against not only the Manny Show, but Tech Lead as well, since these are two notorious examples of blatantly abusing this system, which is a legal system, by the way. Like, what they're doing, you can't really do. You're not really allowed to do that. So hopefully the Manny Show will face just punishment for that, as well as Tech Lead. But there is now a new YouTuber who has entered into this equation here. We got the big three: the Manny Show, Tech Lead, and Sniper Wolf. Yep, she took her lack of talent right to the
Just as a quick, to not go to, we're not going to dive into this, but to say like the DMCA process on YouTube is a legal system is not really true, but kind of maybe, but not.
What do you mean
really.
it's not a legal system? Is it not?
Not. People think that there's like that Congress is like written, or that the what let's see, what federal branch with the DMCA.
My understanding is that the reason that all of this exists in terms of like the DMCA system is that Viacom sued YouTube back like over 10 years ago because there was a bunch of like SpongeBob on YouTube at the time. And so YouTube was then, as a result of the lawsuit, forced to implement a system that allowed companies to use Content ID, and that's when that was created.
Yeah, my understanding is that,
but copyright is handled by the government, no?
Kind of, yeah. But what I'm saying is like the process by which somebody does like removes copyrighted content from their platform. I believe platforms try to do it in an aggressive manner so that they maintain their safe harbor status, meaning that they can't be personally prosecuted for a particular thing. But how you go about doing that is, I think it's largely left up to you as a platform. As long as you're making good faith effort to remove copyrighted content, then you're fine. But it's to call like Content ID like a legal system. It's kind of like...
You are sending someone a legal notice when you take down their video, though, no?
I mean, kind of, but I mean, like, would you consider a cease and desist a legal notice?
Yeah. You're telling someone to shut up or you'll sue them.
Yeah, but it's not like
you're
a court's not
threatening
involved. There's not like a standard way to like lay out a cease and desist, like or like a mandated way. It's not like an actual legal form.
The court may not be involved yet, but like
sure,
they're about to.
I guess it is. The only reason why I push against, I guess you could arguably call
it. Saying is a blowjob a sexual act. It's like,
yes,
well,
of
I
course.
guess it's not in the vagina, but it's about to happen.
It's
right.
The reason. The only reason why I push against it is because oftentimes people will use legal system as both a bad defense and a bad offense. Somebody will say, "Oh, Content ID is the way that it is because the law demands it." That's not true. Content ID is the system that YouTube has implemented because they feel like it keeps them in compliance with federal regulation. That's why they have it. But it's not necessarily mandated that particular system work that way.
Well, they feel like it protects them from federal regulation and lawsuits.
Yeah, it keeps them under safe harbor. Yes, correct.
Rights holders.
Yeah, but they could theoretically,
legal, no?
kind of, but it's like compliance. They theoretically could comply and try to fit under safe harbor in other ways. They don't have to. They wouldn't have to use Content ID. They could do it in other ways. That's all I'm saying.
Is it not in their best interest to use Content ID though? Just because there's so much content on YouTube, like they have to allow some way that people can claim stuff relatively easily. And if they don't do that and they have a bunch of fuck ups, then once again they can violate their safe harbor and be taken to court, and then they're fucked. And then
potentially yes,
even happen to YouTube.
Yeah, but I mean theoretically they could also hire like 50,000 new employees to receive like content strikes and manually review all of them, or they could remove Content ID and just auto remove everything that gets. Like there's other solutions that they could have.
I don't even know if 50,000 employees would do it. YouTube is so big.
I know it could be a ton of others. Yeah, but okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going through.
The Manny Show, Tech Lead, and Sniper Wolf. Yep, she took her lack of talent right to the YouTube headquarters here to strike a channel because it hurt her feelings. So the channel that received the strike is One Giant Onion. This is actually a very big channel, and what the video was One Giant Onion did a watching Sniper Wolf's content until I laugh challenge, and it was like a 3-hour video, and the joke was she doesn't make him laugh, so it was a long video going through her content and reacting to it. Now, technically, you could argue One Giant Onion was in the wrong because he took 3 hours worth of her content and didn't transform it. He just sat there, not giving a ton of input and definitely not laughing at it, because that was the joke. Sniper Wolf doesn't make anyone laugh, thus this was a 3-hour video with no one having any fun. However, Sniper Wolf doesn't own her own content either. She steals it. She doesn't have the right to that content that she's reacting to in the first place, thus she shouldn't be able to strike One Giant Onion for reacting to that content. Like, she owns her reactions, but that's like 5% of that 3-hour video because she doesn't add fucking anything to the videos that she posts. It's just the uninterrupted content that she steals from others. She is literally a content thief. Jax Films has a whole...
It's... Fuck me. Okay. Well, I swear to God, we're not getting into this, okay? But when you say that she can't DMC because it's not her content, and your claim there, I mean, like, the default assumption would be that it is her content because she's, like, reacting... Well, no, hold on. That's not fair to say the default assumption would be it is her content. when you're talking about things like fair use, okay? Remember when you talk about things like fair use is like self-defense, okay? Self-defense does not mean that you can go around and kill people the same way that fair use doesn't mean that you can go around and take people's content. What it is it provides a way in court to explain an action that would otherwise be illegal, but to give a compelling reason for why you didn't, why it's not breaking a purported law or regulation, right? So when somebody says something like, oh, this is fair use, maybe, but that's a defense to use in court that's ultimately going to be decided by a judge or jury. Same thing with self-defense. That's going to be ultimately decided by a judge or jury. You don't know beforehand. So to say that like, Sniper Wolf can't copyright strike people because she doesn't own her own content, that's tenuous at best for a variety of reasons. One, maybe she would win all those lawsuits. We have no idea. Sargon of Akkad won a lawsuit, or at least motions before a court to dismiss, saying that he could retweet somebody's content and add a funny thing like a text to the tweet, and that it didn't count as a copyright violation. I think he won in the United Kingdom on a suit like that, right? So it is possible that that she does own the copyright to all of that. It's also possible that people have tried to copyright strike her and failed, and we're just not aware of those attempts. It's also possible that she paid for the license for some of that content. We also don't know that. We don't know how she acquires it. There's a huge variety of reasons why we should assume probably that she does own the copyright to the content that she has, rather than assuming she doesn't and work from there. So the starting from the assumption like she doesn't own any of her content, she can't copyright anybody, that's like at best a tenuous argument, and at worst
even
it's
if
like wrong on 15
if
different levels.
she doesn't technically own the stuff she's reacting to, could the argument not be made that she? I mean, obviously legally she has a right, but she shouldn't be claiming other people's content, considering the fact that her stuff is like reacting to so much of other people's shit and like not adding anything.
You can make that. Maybe you can make that like moral argument. Sure, maybe, yeah.
I think that's more of the argument he's making. I mean, I don't think he's making the argument that like.
Well, but then you shouldn't invoke terms like
you
you shouldn't invoke legal terms. Don't say things like copyright or copyright violation. Just say like, bro, like I would have a hard time copywriting somebody who was like reacting to my content on their stream, because like I react to so many people's content, and for me to like strike somebody,
yeah, exactly,
like that'd be pretty fucked up. But like I'd be probably within my legal rights to do so. And if somebody's like, Destiny, you shouldn't do that because you're violent, like, you don't know what the fuck I'm violent. Nobody sued me for shit. The fuck you talking about, right? I'm just saying it's a separate argument.
Of course you're legally within your right until it's determined in court. But I think that like in layman's terms, we can like clearly just like go off of the fair use Wikipedia and then just look at what's happening and be like, Sniper Wolf is doing the same fucking thing as this guy. Why is she claiming this? Like,
it's important to keep the legal and the moral terms separate. Otherwise, people already have a dog shit understanding of copyright. So to start to confuse the terms, I think it's just dumb. Like earlier when it's like Content ID is a legal system. No, it's not. It's a system developed by YouTube to remain in compliance with the safe harbor provision of the DMCA. Content ID in and of itself is not like a legally mandated system, right? I know it sounds like I'm like just kind of like,
it just sounds pedantic, I guess.
Yeah, it does, but it's sure, but it is important to know the differences between these individual things, right? I would say it is. No, it is important to know the difference. Okay, sorry. Anyway.
It's important. It's definitely important to know. Right. But I mean, it's still sending someone a legal notice. Like you're basically when you start with claiming someone or striking someone, right? You're basically saying, hey, I'm doing this to you. If this goes like down, the steps of like, there's like the appeal on YouTube and there's like the dispute and all that. Mm-hmm. If it goes through all these motions, then it could lead to us being in court together. So it is like, in my mind, like at the very least, like a predecessor to a legal process.
Sure, for sure. I don't think that's unfair to say. But like, let's say I get so many cease and desist because I fuck with so many people. Let's say that I create like an automated form on my website, and based on that cease and desist that you send, I've got like an automated, like an AI thing that responds to all of those cease and desists, right? So that I can like make sure that people are happy. Maybe that automated system even goes through some of my YouTube videos. It checks for views and it deletes videos that have like under a certain amount of views, so that if you send me a cease and desist, my automated system will just take it off my YouTube channel because I don't want to fucking deal with it. I wouldn't call that system like a legal system. It's not legally mandated by anybody. It's a system that I've developed in order to remain in compliance, ideally with future civil lawsuits, or to prevent me from having like civil litigation brought against me in the future, right? But it's not like a legal system.
Right,
the system
but in
that
the
I've
case
developed.
of YouTube, the reason it exists is because of past legal action that led them to.
Yeah, but there's there's no guarantee that Content ID will protect them in the future for remaining under safe harbor. And two, there's nothing that like there's plenty of video hosting things on the internet that don't use a Content ID system, right? Pornhub doesn't, Twitter doesn't, Facebook doesn't, to my understanding. Instagram Reels, I don't think do. TikTok, I don't
Twitter
think does.
Twitter does have a Content ID system. I would assume Facebook does.
Wait,
I would
Twitter
even
does
assume
now?
Pornhub does, to be honest. Twitter has always had, you never seen like on a tweet, it'll be like, this media is removed due to a takedown from this person?
Takedown, well, but hold on, wait, what is Content ID in your mind?
Content ID is a system that allows people to take down their content off of various websites if they feel like their rights are being violated.
Okay, sorry. Let me back up. Okay, on YouTube, Content ID is I believe that's the name for the automated system that they have that automatically targets or automatically detects copyright infringing content that's been pre-registered with it on YouTube. Yeah. So it's that automated system is the Content ID system.
Okay. Yes. I don't think Twitter has Content ID.
Yeah.
To be clear. Okay, like, messing up the terminology here. But to be clear, like, this takedown wasn't done through Content ID anyway. It was a manual takedown.
Sure. That might be the case, in which case he's even more wrong for using the term Content ID.
So would you say Content ID is an illegal process, but, like, filing a copyright strike or claim is a legal process? Is that what you would say?
Not really. I think that's kind of like the equivalent of like a cease and desist, but like different websites could do it in different ways. And a website doesn't necessarily have to comply with it. They're just at risk of losing their safe harbor status in the future if they don't comply with too many and a case is brought before them. And eventually the federal government is like, actually, we don't think you're in compliance. You're hosting too much bullshit and you haven't made a good faith effort to adhere to these things. But yeah, okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Sorry. All right. Okay. 412. I'm going forward.
The right to that content that she's reacting to in the first place. Thus, she shouldn't be able to strike One Giant Onion for reacting to that content. Like, she owns her reactions, but that's like 5% of that 3-hour video because she doesn't add fucking anything to the videos that she posts. It's just the uninterrupted content that she steals from others. She is literally a content thief. Jax Films has a whole series breaking that down. I don't need to get into the nitty-gritty of it. But she just copyright struck One Giant Onion for content she herself doesn't even actually own.
Today, I logged onto my YouTube account to change the thumbnail of one of my videos, and I was met with something very shocking. I actually have received a strike on my channel. Now, at first, I was really confused because I haven't done anything wrong. Honestly, when I first received this news...
Actually, you know what? And I'm even going to make a stronger comment about this. I bet that she did own the content, and she probably could argue that she owned at least the portion that this guy is referencing. Because if it was the case that her content is so derivative, meaning not transformative, her content is so derivative that she's adding nothing of value to the content itself, why was he copying her content instead of just the source of video that she was watching? That'd be my question. I bet it was because it was the parts that included her reactions, probably more than any other part of the video, be my guess. It was 3 hours of her content? Oh, damn. Okay, never mind. Well, then I don't even know what the fuck. Okay, I don't know what the reference was. Never mind. Okay, watching this again.
I thought...
Wasn't it ironic to make fun of her? Oh. Ooh. Well, hold on. If it was ironically done to parody or make fun of her, I think... I'm not a lawyer, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. I think that the strongest protections I think you can enjoy in copyright protection is like parodying or making fun of another person. So if that's the case, he should have fought it in court. But be careful. Okay, going back.
Channel. Now, at first, I was really confused because I haven't done anything wrong. Honestly, when I first received this news, I thought maybe I got struck for one of my older, edgier videos. But upon farther inspection, it turns out that I actually received a copyright strike from Sniper Wolf. She took down one of my videos called Watching Sniper Wolf Until I Laugh. Now, this was a 3-hour-long video where I watched most of Sniper Wolf's content, and the premise was she's not funny, so I'm just gonna like stay there and not laugh, pretty much.
Her content would not fit under a transformative argument under any circumstances. Fucking Saul Goodman wouldn't be able to make that argument in court on her behalf. Because usually she just plays the entire TikTok that she's reacting to with no input and then maybe afterwards says, geez, zoinks! Can you believe that? That's it. That's not transformative work, and it's just taking everyone else's content that she showcases. And she historically hasn't given credit. She doesn't compensate the creators whose work she takes.
So Charlie could be correct here. But my question would be, her channel is huge. Doesn't she print money? Isn't that channel making like over $10 million like a month? I would be surprised if there wasn't some kind of like legal compliance team she has, or they don't do something to proactively head off. Like, imagine a few like DMCAs go through and like take her channel. It feels like that would be disastrous. But I don't know. I'm curious what she does for her compliance there. Did XQC text you to go to a soccer game? Did you say, I will go if you come on anything else? Omega lol? No. What? Who said that? He asked me if he wanted to go to some Copa America thing, and I said I didn't say I'd rather kill myself. I said, fuck football, smiley face.
And then she has the chutzpah to strike One Giant Onion for reacting to her content. It's craziness. That's the most that is the epitome of hypocrisy.
I have said dozens of times that I wouldn't be here today if I didn't have this channel, and I seriously mean that. This is my only source of income, and this is my dream job, and I love it. And the community I have here is literally the only thing I have. And I just want to keep making videos on here that people enjoy watching, but right now my literal job is being threatened by Sniper Wolf, of all people.
He's not exaggerating when he says that his job, like his whole livelihood, is being threatened by Sniper Wolf in this strike. A strike is a huge deal. Like, it cannot be understated just how serious a strike is on.
Do you really think she makes 10 million a month? Yes, I think so. Right? Doesn't her channel do over? Is it a billion views a month? It's ungodly.
I don't think
amount.
so right now, but there was a time when she was getting an insane amount. I can check her view stats. Let's see.
Isn't it Sniper Wolf XXX? Fuck. What is her name?
Yeah, in the past, it's just Sniper Wolf with 3 S's.
Oh, it's Sniper Wolf.
You're not using Social Blade, are you?
Why? Because you use that other website now?
The other website's better.
View
It's made
stats?
by Mr. Beast.
Is that what you use?
The Beast. Yeah, view stats is goated.
Wow.
Nice UI.
Absolutely.
According to this, she's gotten 114 million views in the last 28 days. So.
Oh shit, my bad. Okay, I thought at some point she was doing like 500 million a month. Okay,
She was at one point, yeah.
fallen off. Imagine only doing 120 million views a month. Yikes! Massive.
Dude, I want to blow
fall
my
off.
brains out thinking about how much money she's making right now. It's actually fucking disgusting. It's so much money. Please. Can I date her? Do you think she would? What do you think are my chances?
I don't know. Message her, find out. Okay, hold on. Resuming this.
A YouTube channel. And being able to make a living off of the internet content that you create is actually a dream job for the majority of people in the world. And as I've said hundreds of times, it boils down to getting lucky most of the time. It's like winning the fucking lottery, having some kind of successful online career that you can support yourself with. So when you get a strike that threatens that, that's obviously extremely scary, especially when you're someone like One Giant Onion, who really didn't do anything wrong. Sniper Wolf should not have copyright struck him for reacting to her content, which isn't even really her content in the first place. And Sniper Wolf has been on the platform for so long now, she knows just how special it is to be a content creator and how much a strike hurts that. Like, the kind of toll that takes. And yet she still went through with that. That is so fucking sad. That is heartless. It is heartless. It's not like she's some kind of corporate suit that doesn't really understand the YouTube ecosystem. She's been here for so long, she knows that a strike is like punching someone right in the fucking teeth. Like, it is brutal. And she still went through with it because his video hurt her feelings, I suppose. Yes, reacting to 3 hours worth of her content was probably not the best idea, but it should have never resulted in a strike to his channel.
I will say you should be really careful if you're going to like shit on somebody. If you're going to shit on somebody, you better make sure you're totally within the bounds of the law, or at least whatever process exists on whatever platform you're on, because you better believe they're going to wield whatever they can at you if they feel like you're just like trying to fuck with them. So it'd be like, if I wanted to fuck with Hassan, I'm not going to do it by restreaming 3 hours of his content and just sitting there and staring at it, because I know that I'm like begging him to fucking DMCA me. But
because she is literally doing what he does, but broken up over the course of years and like 6 videos a week doing it, as opposed to 1 3-hour video on content she doesn't even own, thus shouldn't even have the right to copyright strike on behalf of. It's so fucking hypocritical. It's crazy to me how all of a sudden a bunch of YouTubers are starting to blatantly abuse the copyright system, just in broad daylight now. They're getting so emboldened because YouTube hasn't taken any of them to court over the abuse of their system. I really hope YouTube does step up and actually do something to punish them in a big way for this, because this can't be allowed to continue. It's ridiculous. So I wanted to talk about it a little bit, and that's it. So yeah.
wow. Do you want to do the next video now?
Yeah, so the whole point of the next video is that basically that entire video was not true. Sniper Wolf did not claim anyone. Did not copyright claim anyone.
Uh-oh.
And it was all false. Someone seemingly impersonating her did it, and Charlie just didn't have the proper info. I think because of who Sniper Wolf is, you know, she's seen as very uncharitable to the YouTube community, so he kind of assumed it was true because she's her. And the guy in question that got claimed, he never provided the screenshot until after the situation, and after the first video at least. And by that point, a bunch of people had already thought that Leah was guilty. And it was kind of a big
Leah.
mess.
You guys on a first name basis now?
Yeah, you know how it is. Like, we go way back, just type thing. You know, like she
Do you want me to
is beautiful and my angel. What's up?
wait? So should I stream this next video then, or?
Oh, 1000%.
Okay, 1000%. Here we go.
I've got a huge twist for you today that's going to leave you more stunned than the first time you watched Fight Club. Last night I posted a video going over some more fraudulent strikes, which is becoming a huge issue that's plaguing the entire platform. It's an epidemic sweeping through. The first one was from the Manny Show. It's their second fraudulent strike that they've issued because their feelings get hurt. This one was automatically declined, which no doubt left Manny screaming into a pillow, kicking their feet in the air, wondering why no one likes them. The second strike I covered was one that was not declined, it fully went through, and it came from Sniper Wolf. Or was it? Was it all just a ploy from the deep state to have us eating out of the palm of their hands as the New World Illuminati shadow government actually worked behind the scenes to frame Sniper Wolf and she wasn't actually involved? Well, maybe not to that scale, but from all the evidence I've seen now, it actually wasn't Sniper Wolf who filed that strike. And it's a very complicated mess that highlights a very, very rare problem on YouTube that I very much would like to talk about. But let's go through the entire lore real quick. So, the story starts with a big YouTube channel named One Giant Onion talking about a strike they received in their channel for the video they made on Sniper Wolf. He posted a 3-hour video that was all just a big joke. But it did use all of her content. Well, I don't think like all of it. It's not like he went through the entire Library of Alexandria here gathering every single Sniper Wolf video, but it used 3 hours worth. And it resulted in him getting a strike many months later. He went trick-or-treating and he got a fucking razor blade laced apple. So the strike is a huge deal. He posts this video kind of going over it and talking about the situation briefly, and the video stays up for 9 days. This isn't a small, obscure channel. This is a channel with almost 1 million subscribers, so a lot of people make some noise about this, wondering why Sniper Wolf is bullying channels that are making fun of her. And she never responded to it or anything. I eventually caught wind of this, and I talked about it in the video I made last night about fraudulent strikes. It's the second video I made in like a week on it because it keeps happening. Now, after I posted that video, Sniper Wolf went on Twitter to claim that she never issued that strike at all. Which got me scratching at the hairs on my chinny chin chin, because it's exceptionally rare for someone to be able to successfully file a strike on behalf of someone else if they're not an agency. For all the shit that I and many others give YouTube to their automated system when it comes to strikes, they're actually pretty decent when it comes to fucking...
Ooh, okay, hold on. He just said that. I don't know how true that is. I'm going to guess what happened, okay? This is 1 day ago. I haven't seen it. Okay. Now, he just said it's exceptionally hard to strike people for content that's not yours. What I would be curious about is how hard... Oh, fuck. I don't know if I want to say this, though. Well, fuck it, I guess, because we're about to find out anyway. How hard would it be to create an account, or not even to create an account, but to send it to DMCA, where you call yourself, like, Sniper Wolf with, like, 2 Fs or something, and copyright claim some content, or say that you were part of the content on Sniper Wolf's stream, and now you're copyright claiming his video because he's watching her video, and she doesn't have the licensing either. Because technically, I think you could still get in trouble for copyright infringement if you're restreaming somebody else's content, and they have purchased the rights to use something. And even if you are transformative of their content, I don't know if it would necessarily give you the rights to the underlying content. That was a big thing. But like, for instance, I believe it to be the case that if I signed a deal, okay, I'm on shaky ground here. But if the UFC gave me the rights to rebroadcast a match, depending on how they do their licensing, if I rebroadcast a match and if at the end of the match, there's a song that plays that the UFC is licensed, but they didn't make this license work for all like distribution platforms or whatever, even if I have the rights to rebroadcast the UFC, I might not have the rights to rebroadcast that song being played on content that I do have the right to rebroadcast. One example of this might be that people are allowed to stream video games. However, there's like streamer-friendly modes in the video games that don't let you restream because they don't want you to restream the music from the video game that's copyrighted. So I wonder if somebody just made an account claiming to either be Sniper Wolf or claiming to be the copyright owner of any of the underlying content, and then they just made that account and they just DMCA'd the one guy's channel because they hate him or whatever. In which case, I don't think that would be that hard to do. But let's see. But I also could be totally fucking off, and maybe it was a totally different way that they did it. Let's find out.
Putting the wood on impersonator strikes. If someone is trying to claim your work and they're not associated with any reputable agency, or it's not actually someone associated with you, the strike is normally automatically declined. And what that means is basically what happened to Tech Lead and Manny Show for their most recent strike attempts, where YouTube says, hey, this is a load of dirty barnacles, we're not taking action, we just want to make you aware of it. That's what happens usually when someone tries to strike while not actually being the person associated with the content. Now, I can only think of 2 cases where an impersonator strike actually did go through, and one of them was with the Destiny 2 community a couple years ago, where a disgruntled gamer, a Destiny 2 enthusiast, went on this fucking rampage on YouTube striking innocent creators' works, and he filed all of them as if he was the official Bungie organization. He pretended to be the real Bungie, which ended up being a huge reputational hit to Bungie themselves, because people all thought it was Bungie. But really, it was just some goober LARPing as Bungie. He put on the suit and tie, tightened it up, and said, it's time to go to work. I'm miserable, and I want to watch it all burn. So, that's what he tried to do, false flagging a ton of channels. Eventually, the sheriff on the block, Big Boy Bungie themselves, stepped in and fucked his face. They said, cowabunga dude, and they let loose the legal dogs on him.
So as a quick thing, when he says people, for some reason people didn't do this, or he said something like that, the reason why people don't do this, or why it's so rare, is because when you fill out these forms, I think you're filling them out, attesting to claiming some kind of content. You are like, I think that's like, no, it's not criminal misrepresentation, but I think you are incurring civil liability there if you misrepresent yourself, claiming to be somebody else, to like do something to another party or whatever. Like if I go and I claim like, hey, I'm this guy and just attesting that this is actually my business and I don't want you to do this. Well, if the business finds out, I'm pretty sure they can take you to civil court for, especially for reputational harm, which I'm sure would translate to some kind of damages here if you were running around doing this. So I think that's generally why people don't do that, is you can get civilly fucked.
It's something that is taken very seriously when you impersonate someone and strike others. It's illegal. You can't do that, which is why you don't see it very often. So the other example, by the way, was Nintendo. It's happened with Nintendo in the past as well, though I can't remember what happened to the culprit in that case. So some of you might remember from 2018, which I know is archaic at this point. That's fucking prehistoric by internet years. But in 2018, Alinity had that big meme about we should copyright PewDiePie, should we copyright PewDiePie, whatever, where she was going to copyright strike PewDiePie because he was insulting her, and she was working with an agency called Collab DRM, who does strike on behalf of creators. Fast forward to 2024, there's plenty of agencies just like Collab DRM that do this, that do strikes on behalf of
I was with Collab DRM. Hell yeah, I was.
Creators in order to take down re-uploads or sometimes just bully others into not talking about something they don't want posted. It is a common practice in the industry. So I decided to really stick my nose into this pile of dog shit and get a huge whiff of the stink here, that odorous Methodist that every YouTuber is familiar with, the copyright strike system. I reached out to One Giant Onion to just send me all of the info about the strike, which he was more than willing to do, so I appreciate that. I'm not going to post a screenshot because they're not mine to post. That's up to One Giant Onion if he wants to talk deeper about it and show those. I'll just talk about what was there. So, the copyright strike was filed by an individual who claims to be representing an agency, a collaborative agency, that works with Sniper Wolf. So they were successfully able to file the strike based on the information that they are with this agency that represents Sniper Wolf, thus they have the right to enforce her copyright. This is a pretty common thing, like I mentioned. There are tons of scumbag vermin that do this, these corporate suits that take this action, and many agencies that make this a core part of their strategy. However, what's definitely not a core part of their strategy is having the agents that are filing these takedown requests and strikes use a fucking personal Gmail account. So that's where things immediately became very clear to me that this is probably straight up horseradish. The email account was someone's personal Gmail. They weren't using a company account.
Okay, so it's like even less sophisticated than what I was searching. Somebody just like claims like, oh, I represent her, by the way, so take down. Yeah, it's not hard to do.
It was not a professional.
But if you do it and get caught, you're mega fucked.
It was just random Joe Blow's Gmail account that they're probably subscribed to browsers through. And that is uncommon. Typically when a strike is filed from a fucking agency, you'll see the email be from that agency. This was not the case in One Giant Onion's strike here. I was pretty sure after looking even deeper into the email that this was all a scam, a ruse. But I have no fucking clue what the motive would be for this. Since they didn't claim the video, they're not making the money from it. There's a scam through Spotify where some people will post audio and then copyright claim YouTubers that use that audio, even though it's just common sounds like Super Mario making a sound effect like wahoo, something like that. Common sound effects, you'll have people on Spotify upload that audio and then claim YouTubers to make the money from the videos they use, including that. Like, the motive there is clearly to make money through this scam. In this case, this fraudulent strike, this blatant abuse of the YouTube system, it seems like there's just nothing to gain. They took down the video, thus they're not making money from it. Like the only thing they gain is making Sniper Wolf look evil. So maybe it's something personal there. I have no clue. But I reached out to Sniper Wolf directly about this just to 100% confirm what.
That's good. We probably should reach out to people before, if we're doing like a video channel where we're covering like a big accusation of somebody. It's probably good generally to reach out for comment. There's a reason why journalists tend to do this. But also keep in mind for where you attribute the like which direction you think the malice goes. It could have been somebody DMCAing to make Sniper Wolf look bad. It could have also been a Sniper Wolf fan who's DMCAing the guy because he thinks the guy's trying to make Sniper Wolf look bad, right? Could be either way, right?
Whether or not
I feel like
this
either
agency
way, I feel like ultimately this could have been avoided if the person in question from the beginning had just like posted the proof that it was her. And then it would have been pretty easy to see, like, oh, it's actually not her.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Unfortunately, that didn't happen. I think part of the problem with something like this is just like, and I am somewhat sympathetic to Critical here a little bit because, you know, I think he's a nice dude. I think he's a cool guy. But I think that when you post videos on such like a short basis where you're trying to like get to the story super quickly,
yeah,
you can end up posting a lot of misinformation, unfortunately, especially when you're covering someone who's like uncharitable, like Sniper Wolf, who like obviously everyone wants to see Sniper Wolf get shit on, right?
Yeah.
Like if Charlie had made a video about, you know, let's say X hated person and he'd been wrong about them, people probably wouldn't have even called for an apology like with this situation versus if he like accused, let's say someone likable, right, of something like this, and then had to apologize, he'd probably take a big reputational hit. So I think when you're like engaging in that likability game, you have to be really, really careful to get everything 1,000% right, or these things will start adding up and you'll, you know, look retarded in the long run. So, you know, hopefully he doesn't do that again.
As a real quick thing, Matt said in YouTube chat, he said in the first video he reached out, but she didn't respond. So maybe if he said that,
Well, it's like, I mean, maybe she didn't respond within like 1 hour or something. I mean, like, how long did he wait? You know, are you supposed to wait? If you're, to be clear, I like Critical. I'm just saying, like, are you supposed to wait like 24 to 48 hours for comment? Isn't that
probably give him a day? I think maybe, yeah. Or sometimes you'll say, Well, I mean, sometimes you can publish a story quickly and say, like, this is fast. So you put at the bottom, we reached out to content, or we reached out for comment, but we didn't receive a response yet or something, maybe. I don't know.
At the very least, I mean, he could have framed it more as an allegation until he had further confirmation. You know
True,
what I mean?
maybe, yeah.
I think that's probably something he'll do in the future. At least I hope.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, this is, he effed it up a little bit.
Okay. Okay. Going back.
There, I have no clue. But I reached out to Sniper Wolf directly about this just to 100% confirm whether or not this agency represents her. I also could find no official mention of this agency ever working with Sniper Wolf, so I feel like any agency that would have a creator as large as her would be plastering that all over their marketing material. So this definitely seems like someone pretending to work at that agency and then filing the strike. But I reached out directly to Sniper Wolf just to 100% confirm whether or not she's associated with this group. She confirms she does not work with them at all, and even goes as far as to mention that this group has targeted her channel in the past as well. I also asked if she would be taking any action against them for the impersonation strikes, since it is illegal, and we have already seen a legal case from this with Bungie, as well as YouTube themselves doing this. I mention this all the time. YouTube dunked on a false flagger back in like 2019. They fucking ruined them, annihilated them, fucking eviscerated them for this kind of dog shit. So I asked if Sniper Wolf would be trying to take action. She talks about how they're a foreign company, so it's pretty hard, and she's right. Since it is a foreign entity, her options are kind of limited there. So it's going to really be up to YouTube to solve this issue. Apparently this group has done this multiple times in the past, and now they've just done it again. So it looks like the only option to save the day is going to be sending up the bat signal and hoping YouTube will put on the cape and shut this group down, and maybe they will pursue something legally against them, because this is an issue that is spiraling out of control now. YouTubers abusing the copyright system we've seen multiple times now, Tech Lead and The Manny Show, as well as a couple others in the past, and now Sniper Wolf being framed for being one by a completely separate third party that has no association with her. That's a huge problem. If impersonator strikes are going to start to go through, that's going to lead to complete fucking pandemonium. So this needs to be stopped ASAP, and this needs to be made an example out of on YouTube's end, I feel. So apologies to Sniper Wolf. I'm sorry for the big headache that this must have caused when she didn't do it. She wasn't the one that issued the strike. So yeah, big update to this story here, and hopefully a happy ending with YouTube getting that strike taken off of One Giant Onion's channel, as well as preventing that group from doing this kind of shit in the future. And maybe this is pie in the sky, like maybe I'm just on the fucking crack pipe for this thought, but maybe YouTube will do even more to make the strike system a lot more strict and a lot more difficult to have things like this squeak through the cracks. So I'm hoping. I'm really on that fucking hopium right now. That's really about it. So yeah.
Wow. Cool.
Pretty amazing. Pretty shocking. Pretty groundbreaking.
Amazing. Pretty shocking, yeah.
Yeah. I often... Yeah. Well, okay. What time are you streaming with X tomorrow?
Theoretically at 6 or 7 o'clock. We'll see if he shows up.
Is he known to not show up?
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. How are things in politics world lately? Any grief from Hassan? Anything on that end, or no? Have those guys all calmed down, the Twitch dudes?
Pretty boring right now. I said I was dedicating this month to just reading a bunch of shit. So we read through 2 Supreme Court cases, read through some MLK stuff today. We're going to be doing other events. Yeah. Just reading this month. Just chilling, yeah.
Nice. That's good. I wonder if Sneeko getting unbanned. I guess I'm very shocked that you haven't been on Twitch at all.
My appeal got rejected like a week after Sneeko's got approved, so they just super don't like me there.
It seems like it's so like
who's
it's
the
like
COD
unethical.
streamer?
Sorry?
Who's the one COD streamer?
The one COD streamer. Oh, Nick Merckx?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He got banned for 1 week for calling them trannies.
Yeah. And you're permabanned to this day.
Pretty wacky.
It must just be with him. He just brings them in too much money for them to ban him permanently.
I guess, maybe.
Not that I think he should be banned permanently, but like, just fucking unban Destiny, Twitch, okay?
True.
Yeah. Did you see the new Willie Mack show about Slasher and all that stuff?
No, what about it?
He covered it pretty well. He basically showed that Slasher seemingly didn't even have proper confirmation from the beginning of what Doc had or hadn't done. And that was revealed through DMs from Slasher to Willie.
Wow.
And it was pretty fire.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking at something to watch, you should definitely watch it. It's gonna twist your balls a little bit, you know. It might change your opinion of Slasher a little bit, but you'll like it.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna DM it to you, and then I'm gonna get out of here. All right. Thanks for chatting.
I love you. Be careful, babe. I need to hold on, I need to listen to this. Actually, first, I can still do this excerpt for our boy Biden.
Welcome.
Was this speech 2.5 minutes? Is that?
In 1949, leaders of 12 countries, including President Truman, came together in this very room. History was watching. It had been 4 years since the surrender of the Axis powers and the end of the most devastating war the world had ever known. Here, these 12 leaders gathered to make a sacred pledge to defend each other against aggression, provide their collective security.
No one cares. Okay. Hate time.
I say, though, every day that I wake up is a good day. It's the one day that I don't wake up that sucks. So I've been debating for a while to talk to you guys about this, but I hope it brings you guys a little bit of clarity about some of the videos I've made in the last month or so. Because
I'm debating talking to you guys about this. Wait, what did he say in that tweet? Oh, wait, I'm sorry, it's not. November 15th, 2022. This video was posted November 15th, 2022. In the tweet, he says, I got my official diagnosis today. Then how could he have been making videos because of this thing or being affected by this thing in the last couple months? But okay. Been over a year, can't believe it. Thanks, Guts Original.
I often say, though, every day that I wake up is a good day. It's the one day that I don't wake up that sucks. So I've been debating for a while to talk to you guys about this, but I hope it brings you guys a little bit of clarity about some of the videos I've made in the last month or so. Because, well, you remember about 3 weeks back I said that I likely could potentially have a form of cancer? Turns out I got a rare blood cancer called polycythemia.
Does he... Okay, one, he didn't get the pronunciation from his doctor. Okay, but also two, is he going to show like a diagnosis, like a receipt or a letter or something from a hospital, or...
Turns out I got a rare blood cancer called polycythemia vera, which basically makes your body produce too many red blood cells. And when I started taking that testosterone supplement 7 or 8 years ago, however long it's been, we knew that this was a possibility. You never think you're going to be the guy who gets that side effect, though, right? You never think it's going to be you. But sometimes it is. It has to be somebody. But the good news is, I mean, this is a disease that takes a really long time to get you. Statistically speaking, I'll die of a blood clot or a heart attack or a stroke due to one of those blood clots. And most people, after getting diagnosed, live another 20 years. So if you're going to get a cancer, this is the one to get. You know me and my dark sense of humor. When my doctor told me all of this, I said, if I die of cancer, doc, instead of my morbid obesity, which I've been working so hard on for the last 30 years, I'm going to be pissed. And well, the good news is, it might just give me a stroke or heart attack, which is how I was going out anyway. The scary thing about it is that it eventually can lead to some health conditions, some of which I already have. Arthritis, stomach ulcers, leukemia. I could definitely develop into leukemia, but the good news is that's pretty rare, so I don't think that's going to happen. And there's tons of different ways to treat it. I mean, they can draw your blood, like when they donate blood, or taking a daily aspirin is going to help. Getting something to help reduce the itching, which has been really rough for me over the few years. Drugs that reduce the blood cell count, and things along that lines. It's pretty basic, easy stuff, especially at the stage I'm at. All they really want me to do is get a sleep study done, a colonoscopy done, and start taking an aspirin. So that's pretty cool. My biggest problem is the best thing for me to do in this situation is to lose some weight as much as I can. Me and my eating disorder, well, I haven't been able to make that work so far. And I don't know if I have what it takes to even at the threat of death, to overcome this eating disorder, but by God, it's do or die now. Pun unintended. I always wondered if I knew that the food was killing me. I mean,
I think it's unreasonable to expect a person to provide written evidence in a video like this. It doesn't mean it's real or not, just not really a point in either direction. I feel like if you are collecting money to further a particular thing, you probably owe some evidence that the money is going towards that. And my understanding is a lot of Boogie's money collecting right now is oriented around the treatment of the variety of medical conditions. So I do think you kind of owe it, maybe not to me, some fucking random that watches this video, but at least to your fan base, you probably owe it to them that you legitimately have whatever medical conditions you're claiming are costing you all this money to treat.
Directly killing me. Like, I've already had a heart attack, I'm recovering from it. God forbid, cancer. Like, I always wondered if I knew for sure that the food was killing me, would that be enough to get me to stop eating? I don't know. Now that I'm here, I still don't know. I guess time is going to tell. God, I fucking hope so. It really seems like all this bad stuff is happening at once right now, and I think I'm handling it pretty well. I think that's life or fate or whatever. You know, the holidays are already pretty tough for me. Then some other issues I've been going through. Now this health issue. I think the world tests you, right? And to determine whether you're going to put up or shut up. And I'm a survivor. I've been doing this for 48 years, kicking life's ass, surviving, at the very least surviving, right? So I'm obviously going to survive this. Obviously, until I don't. But it's going to take every ounce.
I think this is a public announcement vid. If he opens a GoFundMe, then of course I'd want specific details for where my donation is going. Yeah, his whole streaming life is a GoFundMe though, right? And why do you need to publicly announce some form of some medical condition that has almost no impact on your life whatsoever? Why do you think that, why would you even make an announcement? Like, public announcement, guys. I have a pimple like behind my ear, and it's driving me crazy. I just want you guys to know that.
The world has to throw at me to get me there. Fuck you. And in terms of the clarity that I referred to earlier, I've known about this for a little over 6 weeks. That it was a probability, though I just got my official diagnosis.
Oh, there you go. It's consistent with the truth.
But I hope it gives you an idea of why I've been so worried about my money, why I've been so worried about my career, why I've been so worried about my future, why I've done some of the things I've done and said some of the things I've said.
Like, what are we talking about here? What are we saying here? Like, he's talking about how, on one hand, this is an irrelevant thing that doesn't really affect you that much. But then on the other hand, it's been causing me to act significantly different. There's been a significant departure from, like, ordinary behavior in the past. What the fuck was this thing called? Wait, is it not a prognosis? In a quarter of cases, PV will progress to scarring after about 20 years. I wonder what the average age of diagnosis for this is, because the median survival for patients with it is 13.5 to 14.5 years. When do they get recent studies estimate the average life expectancy after diagnosis to be about 20 years. The average age of death is about 77. What is the current life expectancy in the US? Life expectancy in USA for men is 76. What? Well, to be fair, this is just one thing I'm going off of. For the Cleveland Clinic. Okay. The important distinction would be that Boogie has secondary polycythemia. Polycythemia? I don't know how to pronounce this. Being that it's the body's normal response to a stimulus, i.e. testosterone, and not primary. Primaries are more difficult because there's an issue with the primary formation of blood cells. This is the issue with things like acute myeloid leukemia or most of the traditional blood cancers. Oh, so this particular thing is happening in response to exogenous hormone treatment, the testosterone thing, right? Do we know that? Or are we just assuming that based on what he said about the testosterone?
Maybe I should have led with this before I asked people to watch my videos or become channel members or whatever. I don't know. This felt very private at the time. But it doesn't feel private anymore, so I'm sharing it. At the end of the day, this diagnosis doesn't really change much. Obviously we're going to treat it. Obviously I'm going to get the sleep study done, update my CPAP machine, get the colonoscopy done, make sure there's no other issues to worry about. I'm going to continue to try to lose weight and continue to try to improve my brain and try to continue to work here on YouTube, and hopefully people will watch. Maybe they won't. That's okay. That's okay. I'm going to keep doing what I do because, that's who I am. Somebody on Twitter recommended I start my bucket list. I did that back in 2017, brother. I went to Disney, I went to New York, I went to LA, I traveled the country, I spent time with friends, I met fans, I met fellow YouTubers. I got to do all the things I wanted to do, right? The only thing left for me to do is get control of my eating disorder, get control of my brain, and be the healthiest I've ever been. But there's really nowhere else I need to go, nothing else I need to
Do you think I'll ever lose weight? At this point, it seems not without a significant drug intervention. I don't think that any behavioral modifications have worked so far. I think he did surgery and that didn't seem to work. Although, is it gastric bypass is what it's called? You can still regain the weight. So it seems like you probably need some kind of pharmaceutical intervention. So Ozempic or some amphetamine, or I think there are other things you can prescribe for weight loss, and then maybe that would work. I'm not sure.
I went back home. I saw the cool places I wanted to see. I spent time with the people I wanted to spend time with. I would like to meet more fans. I would like to meet more creators. I'd like to spend time with the fans and friends that I know. But shit, I'm pretty satisfied all told. If I died tomorrow, I'd be okay with that. I got it done. I got most of it done. What is left now is concentrating on healing this, and using my channel to entertain, educate, and give hope to people. Like, that's all I want left in the world. And it seems doable. It seems within reach. Certainly within the next 20 years. I've been on the phone with friends and family all day. I've been talking to as many people as I could about this.
Do you think his girlfriend is real, or is he just paying her to pretend? Oh, she could be real. Once you're a big YouTuber, you have access to a whole bunch of people that'll message you. A lot of girls will as well. And he's like highly manipulative, psychologically abusive. I don't know if you'd say that, but he's like highly manipulative. So I could definitely see him being able to talk to the right type of person, especially if they're young enough and not experienced with dealing with manipulative men. Yeah, I believe it, that the girl that's with him is genuinely with him for sure, after seeing the way that he behaves, basically.
And I'm very fortunate that I have phone therapy in about 15 minutes, so I'm excited to go get that done. Just processing this, and I hope I didn't put too much on you. Hope it doesn't bother you that much. I hope you'll know that I'm going to be okay, until I'm not, and that happens to all of us. Death comes for us all. But what do we say to the God of Death? Not today, motherfucker. Not today. And before I leave you, I want to make it very clear. I'm not asking for donations. I'm not asking for channel memberships. I'm not asking you to check out a sponsor. I'm not asking you to buy a shirt. In fact, I'm not even going to put ads on this video. I don't want to monetize this in any way. I felt you guys deserved to know. So there you go. So I'm going to go do therapy, sit with my dogs in my lap, talk to my friends, and process this. And I hope things go well for you. There's going to be plenty more videos to come. There's going to be plenty more Boogie in your life. Don't worry about it. As always, thanks for watching. I love you very much, and I will speak with you again soon. And if you've made it all the way to the end of this video, can I get a fuck cancer in chat? Fuck that shit.
Fuck, he's so gross. Fuck, this triggers the fuck out of me. So Red Penguin Zero said, sort of GoFundMe if I need help with medical stuff. Wait, did this just get posted? Like 40 minutes ago? Jesus. Do you think his entire diagnosis isn't real or what? It sounds like it could be real, but it's not. Fuck me. I don't want to talk outside my... I don't know what the definition of cancer is. Somebody in chat said you can have primary and secondary. Is that true? I don't see anything listed about that here. I feel like that would have been on the first. Jesus, Nathan, chill. In secondary, polycythemia. Polycythemia. I need to hear this pronounced. Hold on. I'm sorry. The reason why I said I don't know how they define cancer is because because cancer, people are saying mutation in cells, it causes unchecked cell division or whatever. But based on how he described this, he described it in a way that didn't sound like cancer. But if this is always cancer, then my understanding of cancer is clearly wrong, because it sounds like polycythemia could just be definitionally an overproduction of red blood cells. But it sounds like I'm going so intuitively. I don't know any of this. That's what we're looking at right now. It sounds like you can induce polycythemia by introducing something in the body that causes an overproduction of red blood cells, not due to a genetic mutation or defect or a cancer, but just due to the introduction of some exogenous thing like testosterone. That's what he mentioned. But if that's the case, then I don't know if would you say that he has cancer? I don't know. But that's what I'm listening for. I want to read now because I am motivated to not like him. Hold on. I just want to hear the pronunciations.
What's up, Ninja Nerds? In this video today, we're going to be talking about the approach to polycythemia.
Polycythemia. Okay. Secondary polycythemia met from Medscape. In secondary polycythemia, the number of red blood cells is increased as a result of an underlying condition. Secondary polycythemia would more accurately be called secondary erythrocytosis or erythrocythemia, as those terms specifically denote increased red blood cells. The term polycythemia is used appropriately in the myeloproliferative disorder called polycythemia vera, in which there are elevated levels of all three peripheral blood cell lines, RBCs, white blood cells, and platelets. Okay, maybe. Secondary polycythemia most often develops as a response to chronic hypoxemia, which triggers increased production of erythropoietin. Bro, can we not right now? Is there a retard version for this? Holy shit. Okay, hypoxemia is a condition where there's abnormally low levels of oxygen in the blood, specifically in arterial blood. I wonder if this can be caused by sleep apnea? Causes. Wait, fuck, I should just click this first thing. Or obesity. Any condition that reduces the amount of... okay, symptoms... okay, wait. Symptoms and causes. What are the most common causes? Sleep apnea and mild lung disease can cause nocturnal hypoxemia. I'm assuming it's hypoxemia. When your blood oxygen levels drop during your sleep. Okay, he mentioned sleep apnea, and he mentioned getting a sleep study. Secondary polycythemia most often develops as a response to some chronic hypoxemia, which triggers increased production of erythropoietin by the kidneys. The most common causes of secondary polycythemia include obstructive sleep apnea, obesity, hypoventilation syndrome, and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Other causes include testosterone replacement therapy, okay, and heavy cigarette smoking. Okay, holy shit, he's hit all the fucking darts on all the boards. Patients who have arteriovenous or intracardiac shunting can present with polycythemia without hypoxemia. Secreting tumors cause some cases. Secondary polycythemia must be differentiated from primary polycythemia and relative polycythemia, which RBC numbers are normal but plasma volume is contracted. The reduction in plasma volume may be due to dehydration or to reduced venous compliance. The latter is also some bullshit. No one cares. No. Okay. Okay, wait. Okay, all this to say, wait. Hold on. Is secondary polycythemia cancer? Secondary polycythemia is not cancer, but some causes can be cancer-related. Okay, hold on. I'm embarking on a whole medical bullshit, whatever. It sounds to me like when he says he has When he says he has polycythemia vera, he's alluding to a type of polycythemia that can cause an elevation of red blood cells in the body. However, everything that he talks about for why this elevation is happening makes it sound not like this. It makes it sound like the secondary polycythemia, meaning it's being induced by something else. So it's not cancer. That's what it sounds like to me. Does that make sense? So, for instance, when he says he has a rare form of blood cancer, he's going to point out a lot of things that can cause the secondary polycythemia, which is not cancer. Hold on. So when it says secondary polycythemia, it would be more accurately be called secondary erythrocytosis or erythrocythemia, as those terms typically denote increased red blood cells. So secondary, what does cythemia mean? Hold on, let me look at this real quick. It's a word that means cells in the blood. Okay. So really, the only thing that he has right now is a lot of red blood cells. Now, there's a way to have a lot of red blood cells that's caused by a cancer that's called polycythemia vera, but it sounds like what he just has is a lot of red blood cells because he's fat, has sleep apnea, and because he takes exogenous testosterone. It's not cancer related. Sorry, fuck. The way that he talks about something is triggering the fuck out of me. Okay, hold on. Let me re-listen to this video. I'm pretty sure I'm correct. I'm sorry, 1 second.
And say though, every day that I wake up is a good day. It's the one day that I don't wake up that sucks. So I've been debating for a while to talk to you guys about this, but I hope it brings you guys a little bit of clarity about some of the videos I've made in the last month or so. Because, well, you remember about 3 weeks back I said that I likely could potentially...
Why is he taking the test again? Is it a medical reason? Remember the test that he said he was taking. He said that he was going to take a sleep test. Why? My guess is to check for sleep apnea. Why? Because sleep apnea leads to a reduction of oxygen in the blood called, which is referred to as hypoxemia. And hypoxemia that occurs over an extended period of time can lead to secondary polycythemia, more accurately referred to as erythrocytosis, which just means lots of red blood cells. So it sounds like he's getting a sleep study to see if he's having a lot of sleep apnea, which is causing a reduction of oxygen in the blood, which is leading to the increased production of red blood cells, not a cancer that's causing the increase of red blood cells. Does that make sense? So it's not a cancer that he has. It's just the fact that, I'm going to super guess here. I don't know this, but I'm probably right. My guess is going to be that when your body is not detecting enough oxygen in the blood or something, it's producing more red blood cells because maybe that's a way that you would fight this. Maybe it thinks that you're not being oxygenated for some reason. So if it makes more red blood cells or something, it's like a way to combat that because maybe that's like a thing that happens. That's like a guess, I guess. But your body, my guess is something in your body has a signal that when the oxygen level in your blood is dropping, it produces more red blood cells. And sleep apnea is something that it is inhibiting your oxygenation of your blood, not your tissue, but your blood at night. Because I think tissue is hypoxia and blood is hypoxemia, I think is what it said in one of these. I forget. But anyway, sorry. Let me listen real quick. Hold on.
Have a form of cancer? Turns out I got a rare blood cancer called polycythemia vera, which basically makes your body produce too many red blood cells. And when I start...
So when he says this, okay, so when he says, this makes your body produce too many red blood cells, I don't think that's what's happening here. His doctor might have used the term polycythemia, but not polycythemia vera, because his body isn't producing too many red blood cells as a result of a mutation. It's because of other conditions, and that's what he's going to bring up later in this video. Let's listen. Hold on.
Red blood cells. And when I started taking that testosterone supplement 7 or 8 years ago, however long it's been, we knew that this was a possibility.
So what he just says here, it's a possibility that taking exogenous hormones. When I say exogenous, that just means hormones not coming from your body. You're getting them outside, right? So trans people, for instance, take exogenous hormones from outside the body. Exogenous hormones, so he's getting testosterone supplements. I need to stop closing. One of the big risks for, secondary polycythemia most often develops as a response to chronic hypoxemia, meaning reduced oxygen in blood that could be induced by sleep apnea, which triggers increased production of erythropoietin. I don't know what the fuck it is. The most common causes of secondary polycythemia include obstructive sleep apnea, obesity, hypoventilation syndrome, and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. I don't know Boogie's status on this. Other causes include testosterone replacement therapy, and he said that his doctor warned him that TRT could cause this. But if TRT is causing it, your body is increasing the production of red blood cells in response to conditions being created by or contributed to by exogenous hormones. That's not cancer. That's just the body's making too many red blood cells because of stuff going on, right? But
body produced too many red blood cells. And when I started taking that testosterone supplement 7 or 8 years ago, however long it's been, we knew that this was a possibility.
Yeah.
You never think you're going to be the guy who gets that side effect though, right? You never think it's going to be you. But sometimes it is. It has to be somebody. But the good news is, I mean, this is a disease that takes a really long time to get you. Statistically speaking, I'll die of a blood clot or a heart attack or a stroke due to one of those blood clots. And most people...
Why would he need TRT in the first place? I can't speak to him, but as you get older, I believe he's almost 50, your natural testosterone can drop. When you're obese, being obese can have a negative impact on your hormone profile, and I think it can reduce the production of testosterone. And I think other diseases can have an impact on that as well. And as your testosterone falls, it can have a whole host of other negative effects in your body, like retention of fat, distribution of fat, I think overall mood, and I'm sure it affects other things that I'm not aware of as well.
After getting diagnosed, live another 20 years. So if you're going to get a cancer, this is the one to get. You know me?
Yeah, what you just said in DGG chat, I agree with. It sounds like what happened is that he got diagnosed with high RBC, polycythemia, and then he Googled what it was and found out that there's a version that's cancer and then assumed it's a diagnosis of cancer. I bet that's exactly what he did. Yes, I bet that's exactly what he did.
Me and my dark sense of humor, when my doctor told me all of this, I said, if I die of cancer, doc, instead of my morbid obesity, which I've been working so hard on for the last 30 years, I'm going to be pissed. And well, the good news is, it might just give me a stroke or heart attack, which is how I was going out anyway. The scary thing about it is that it eventually can lead to some health conditions, some of which I already have: arthritis, stomach ulcers, leukemia. I could definitely develop into leukemia, but the good news is that's pretty rare, so I don't think that's going to happen. And there's tons of different ways to treat it. I mean, they can...
Actually, wait, you're right. I'm sorry. Hold on. No, I totally reject that. If he Googled this and found it out, he probably would have called his doctor and asked, wait, is this cancer? And I bet when the doctor gave him this diagnosis, I bet that the doctor said, listen, don't worry, it's not cancer, right? I doubt the doctor would just give something like that and then leave somebody in the dark about it and not say anything. Yeah.
Draw your blood, like when they donate blood, or taking a daily aspirin is going to help. Getting something to help reduce the itching, which has been really rough for me over the few years. Drugs that reduce the blood cell count, and things along that lines. It's pretty basic, easy stuff, especially at the stage I'm at. All they really want me to do is get a sleep study done, a colonoscopy done, and start taking an aspirin. So
like the sleep study done, yeah, it's because it sounds like they don't think it's induced by a cancer or something, right? Oh, hold on. KKMD, you typed something in chat, and I love you, my dude, but it was too much for me to understand. The term polycythemia is used appropriately in the myeloproliferative disorder called polycythemia vera, in which there are elevated levels of all three peripheral blood cell lines. It sounds like, being very layman's right now, but it sounds like if you actually have the cancer, you would see an elevation in all three of these things. And it wouldn't be just because of obesity or TRT or anything like that. You would actually have a cancer that's causing unchecked cell division, and it would be showing up in all three of these levels, not just your red blood count. Sounds like, okay, yeah. Anyway, okay.
That's pretty cool. The biggest problem is the best thing for me to do in this situation is to lose some weight as much as I can. Me and my eating disorder, well, I haven't been able to make that work so far. And I don't know if I have what it takes to even at the threat of death, to overcome this eating disorder, but by God. It's do or die now. Pun unintended. I always wondered if I knew that the food was killing me. I mean, directly killing me. Like, I've already had a heart attack. I'm recovering from it. Or, God forbid, cancer. Like, I always wondered if I knew for sure.
Yeah, so it doesn't sound like I'm saying so. This is secondary polycythemia. What if we look up Medscape? Because I was about to say, it doesn't sound like obesity can cause this. But I don't actually know that. I would just be guessing. So let's check. Hello? It's medical shit, okay? I need access to this. Don't do this to me. Don't make me have a fucking account. Just let me, please. Thank you. Okay, polycythemia vera is a stem cell disorder characterized as a panhyperplastic. I don't know what these words mean. Normally I would look up every word, but I don't have time right now. Malignant and neoplastic marrow disorder. Its most prominent feature is an elevated absolute red blood cell mass because of uncontrolled red blood cell production. This is accompanied by increased white blood cell, myeloid, and platelet megakaryotic production, which is due to an abnormal clone of the hematopoietic stem cells with increased sensitivity to the different growth factors for maturation. Okay, signs and symptoms of polycythemia vera. Okay, so we've got all of this shit. So these are things that impaired oxygen delivery, probably. So this is going to have a big overlap, probably with basically anything that is depriving you of oxygen, right? Diagnosis is all this shit. Management is all this bullshit. Okay. Does it say it doesn't have risk factors or causes? Polycythemia vera is caused by a genetic change mutation that develops during your lifetime. It is not an inherited genetic disorder. In most cases, it is not known why this happens. Okay, so this is for the cancerous version. It's not known why this happens. So when he mentions the TRT, it sounds like his doctor might have told him that this is a risk factor, but not for polycythemia vera, but for secondary polycythemia, which shouldn't really, it sounds like it shouldn't necessarily be called that. It would be more accurately referred to as myeloproliferative disorder. Wait, no. I'm sorry, I forget I just said that. That would be if you're, I'm sorry. Secondary polycythemia might be a good term. No, I'm sorry. It should be called, or this says it would more accurately be called secondary erythrocytosis. Okay. But the cancer form here wouldn't be caused by testosterone or obesity. The cancer would be caused by a genetic mutation. Okay, sorry, all right.
That the food was killing me.
Why are you so motivated to research this? I mean, I have a slight personal attachment because my kid's mom had a whole thing of cancer, and that was a whole fucking thing that we had to deal with. It's probably the closest person to me, I think, that's dealt with cancer. So the idea of him, like, faking cancer when he already lies and fakes so much other shit, and then he's, like, doing this, like, fuck cancer, guys, blah, blah, blah. Also, John, Bain, why am I'm not thinking of the right name. I'm having Total Biscuit. I read the name in chat earlier. Sorry. Total Biscuit died of cancer. Yeah. And the idea that, I don't know, like the idea of listening to him like, woe is me about a cancer diagnosis that he doesn't have, that he's completely, utterly faking, and then he's going to use this. It just, it bothers me. I don't like that. It fucking irritates the fuck out of me. Yeah, sorry. Anyways. The etymology of erythrocyte equals red blood cell and anemia in the blood. So septicemia equals bacteria in the blood. Erythrocythemia equals too many RBCs in the blood. Okay.
Would that be enough to get me to stop eating? I don't know. Now that I'm here, I still don't know. I guess time is going to tell. God, I fucking hope so. It really seems like all this bad stuff is happening at once right now, and I think I'm handling it pretty well. I think that's life or fate or whatever. You know, the holidays are already pretty tough for me. There's some other issues I've been going through. Now this health issue. I think the world tests you, right? And to determine whether you're going to put up or shut up. I'm a survivor. I've been doing this for 48 years, kicking life's ass, surviving, at the very least surviving, right? So I'm obviously going to survive this. Obviously, until I don't. But that's...
What kind of cancer did she have? It was called, I think it was called influenza type B, but the one that, actually, I don't remember at this point. It was either Hodgkin's lymphoma or non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. It's the one with the really high, she had a high survivability on it. The prognosis was good, even though it was like stage 4 symptomatic. But it was the one that one of them is like a not great outcome, and one of them is a pretty great outcome. But I don't remember which it was. It was, yeah.
It was going to take every ounce that the world has to throw at me to get me there. Fuck you. And in terms of the clarity that I referred to earlier, I've known about this for a little over 6 weeks. That it was a probability, though I just got my official diagnosis. But I hope it gives you an idea of why I've been so worried about my money, why I've been so worried about my career, why I've been so worried about my future, why I've done some of the things I've done and said some of the things I've said. Maybe I should have led with this before I asked people to watch my videos or become channel.
Are the treatments the same for the Vera flavor versus not? Wondering if it costs thousands. Well, treating the symptoms is probably similar in that I think he said you recommend like an aspirin, and you might have to get your blood taken every now and then to drain some. However, with if you have if you've got polycythemia, or if you've developed that condition or whatever, that's not caused by a cancer, you can treat the underlying conditions and then you'll just get rid of it. You won't have it anymore, right? Like it sounds like polycythemia, right? Lots of red blood cells isn't like a disease in and of itself. It's just saying you have a high presence of red blood cells. Now there's a reason for this that could be cancerous, but in his case, it's not. It's due to other conditions in the body, namely probably the obesity and the exogenous hormones. It's the fact that the sleep apnea is probably reducing his oxygen intake at night, depriving his blood of oxygen for long periods of time, which increases red blood cell production, and the exogenous testosterone that he's taking. Also, I don't know why, but also seems to be a risk factor for an overproduction of red blood cells as well. Those are probably the two major causes for it, which is what he brings up over and over again without realizing it.
Members or whatever, I don't know. This felt very private at the time. But it doesn't feel private anymore, so I'm sharing it. At the end of the day, this diagnosis doesn't really change much. Obviously we're going to treat it. Obviously I'm going to get the sleep study done, update my CPAP machine, get the colonoscopy done, make sure there's no other issues to worry about. I'm going to continue.
See, like all these things he's mentioning, the CPAP machine. CPAP is a thing that you use to unobstruct your airways while sleeping to combat sleep apnea, right? Remember, sleep apnea means less oxygen at night, means your blood would be hypoxemic, or you would have hypoxemia, meaning low oxygen in your blood for extended periods of time, which is a risk factor for this, right? All of these things that he's talking about don't have anything to do with the cancerous version.
Continue to try to lose weight and continue to try to improve my brain and try to continue to work here on YouTube, and hopefully people will watch. Maybe they won't. That's okay. That's okay. I'm going to keep doing what I do because, that's who I am. Somebody on Twitter recommended I start my bucket list. I did that back in 2017, brother. I went to Disney, I went to New York, I went to LA, I traveled the country, I spent time with friends, I met fans, I met fellow YouTubers. I got to do all the things I wanted to do, right? The only thing left for me to do is get control of my eating disorder, get control of my brain, and be the healthiest I've ever been. But there's really nowhere else I need to go, nothing else I need to see. I went back home, I saw the cool places I wanted to see, I spent time with the people I wanted to spend time with. I would like to meet more fans. I would like to meet more creators. I'd like to spend time with the fans and friends that I know. But, shit, I'm pretty satisfied all told. If I died tomorrow, I'd be okay with that. I got it done. I got most of it done. What is left now is concentrating on healing this, and using my channel to entertain, educate, and give hope to people. Like, that's all I want left in the world. And it seems doable. It seems within reach. Certainly within the next 20 years. I've been on the phone with friends and family all day. I've been talking to as many people as I could about this, and I'm very fortunate that I have phone therapy in about 15 minutes, so I'm excited to go get that done. Just processing this, and I hope I didn't put too much on you. Hope it doesn't bother you that much. I hope you'll know that I'm going to be okay. Until I'm not. And that happens to all of us. Death comes for us all. But what do we say to the God of Death? Not today, motherfucker. Not today. And before I leave you, I want to make it very clear. I'm not asking for donations. I'm not asking for channel memberships. I'm not asking you to check out a sponsor. I'm not asking you to buy a shirt. In fact, I'm not even going to put ads on this video. I don't want to monetize this in any way. I felt you guys deserved to know. So there you go. So I'm going to go do therapy, sit with my dogs in my lap, talk to my friends, and process this. And I hope things go well for you. There's going to be plenty more videos to come. There's going to be plenty more Boogie in your life. Don't worry about it. As always, thanks for watching. I love you very much, and I will speak with you again soon. And if you've made it all the way to the end of this video, can I get a fuck cancer in chat? Fuck that shit.
Yeah, so he doesn't. I don't think he has cancer. Quick cancer bio quiz to check your knowledge. Bro, I don't know. Fuck all. Apparently he has a tweet addressing it. We can watch this real quick. Okay, review quiz. What can the lump formed by the production of extra cells be called? A growth, a pimple, a wart, a tumor. Probably a tumor, right? Production of extra cells. Could it also be a growth? I mean, you need extra cells to make growths and warts and pimples. Don't you? We'll say tumor. A tumor, it's got to be tumor, right? It's a cancer quiz. A tumor that does not contain cancer cells is referred to as benign. Wait, this is like a retard quiz. Fuck you. If a tumor contains cancer cells, it's malignant. Which of the following is true of cancer cells? They present a breakdown in cell communication. They ignore chemical signals, and they don't die if damaged. All of these are true. Normal cells require signal molecules called blank in order to grow. Oh, this is like the grade school quizzes. Growth.
Hey, sorry about my voice.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Probably a growth factor. I don't actually know the answer to that, but I'm assuming it's growth factor. Blanks prevent cell division, probably growth inhibitors. Blank regulate which genes are active in a cell. I think transcription factors relating to RNA, I think, determines which cell is actually like, or which gene is like making proteins, I think. The blank begins when the cell originates from the division of another cell and ends when it divides. Circle of life. The cell cycle. Let's go with that. Mitosis is immediately followed by blank when the cell grows and prepares for the next phase. Mitosis is immediately followed by gap 1, synthesis, gap 2. Mitosis. What is mitosis immediately followed by? Is mitosis cell division? I don't know. I'm going to say none. That seems like a... If we get at least an 80%, that we can declare his cancer diagnosis fake, guys, okay? That's what we need. Proteins that behave like the accelerator of a car and urge cells to go ahead and divide quite precisely are called oncogenes, tumor suppressor genes, oncogenes, and alleles. Proteins that behave like I'm going to guess this. Oncology, cancer, it says grow, go, oncogenes, grow, maybe, I don't know. Genes that act in a manner analogous to the brakes in a car, telling the cell, no, don't divide, are called... tumor suppressor sounds good. But I'm going to go with that. I mean, it's right in the name. It says called tumor suppressor. Blank are like an accelerator stuck on. Sure. Proro. Ooh, the fact that it's typoed makes me think it might not be. Oh, hold on, wait. The typo makes me think it's probably neither. Maybe this is reversed. Proteins behave like an accelerator, or proto. Blank are like an accelerator. Okay, and then I'm switching these. Okay. Smoking is responsible for at least blank of all cancer death. I don't know. 40%? That'd be wild. 30, 20, 10. 10 is low. Let's go with 20 here. In the U.S., cancers related to diet have to do with eating too much red meat, too much saturated fat, too few fruits and vegetables. Can you get cancer from not eating enough fruits and vegetables? I think it's too much red meat. It's actually not all of these. But maybe it is all of these. We'll go with too much red meat. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. I feel like I'm fucking up now. Oh, no. Cancers of the mouth, throat, liver, larynx, and esophagus are associated with drinking, hot beverages, spicy food, and influenza? We've got liver here. Let's go with drinking. As for the environment, outside the workplace, scientists estimate that blank percent of all cancer can be attributed to air, water, and or soil. Bro, it's a crap shot. I don't know. 2%. 90% of all skin cancers, UV radiation, X-ray, cell phones, television, probably UV. Why is it logical for cancer to occur later in life? Cancer is a hibernation? No. Older people are generally less healthy? No. Cancer is accumulation of mutations. Maybe I think it's that one, right? And older people should die more. What is the following is not a typical cancer warning sign? A lump, change in bowel or bladder habits, unusual bleeding, difficulty sleeping. Lumps are bad. Bowel and bladder habits can be bad. Bleeding is almost always bad. Difficulty sleeping. Which of the following is not used to diagnose cancer? Mammograms or boob cancer. Stethoscope is to listen to your heart and lungs. Colonoscopy can be used. CT scans? I don't know what CT stands for. Contrast? No. CT MRI? No, I don't know. I don't know what it stands for. But I think they sounds like something I've heard in house. Get them a CT scan, check for the cancer. You can't check with a stethoscope, right? You can't hear a tumor moving around, I think. What form of cancer treatment is most successful before the disease is spread? Radiation, probably, to target it and blow it up. Ooh, wait, or before it's spread at all? Surgery can be really effective, right? Not chemo, not immunotherapy. Well, fuck me. Before it's spread, probably surgery, right? To remove a thing rather than doing radiation. It's got to be surgery. It has to be surgery. I feel like, but they could say the answer is B. But if you could take out a tumor, well, but radiation therapy is probably less invasive, actually, right? Would you want to do surgery if you could just do radiation therapy? Oh, fuck. Well, I'm going to say radiation. Fuck me. The objective of what type of therapy is to kill cancer cells that could not be removed surgically, or in some cases to shrink a tumor. Oh, shit. Radiation therapy. Wait. To kill cancer cells that could not be removed surgically, or in some cases to shrink a tumor prior to surgery. Is chemo used to shrink tumors and then you take them out? Would you use radiation to shrink a tumor? I feel like you could use all of these. Maybe. Who knows? Let's go with chemo. To kill cancer cells that could not be removed surgically, or in cases to shrink a tumor prior to surgery. Let's go with chemo. What options are generally used to treat cancers that have spread from the primary tumor? Fuck. That would be chemotherapy, right? I don't know what the fuck immunotherapy is. I don't know what the fuck this even means. Fuck. Well, then it can't be the same answer up here. Fuck. Wait, I feel like I'm fucking all of these up. What form of cancer treatment is most successful before the disease spread? Is surgery. The objective of what type of surgery is to kill cancer cells that could not be removed surgically. Is radiation. This is chemo. It's probably a different one for all three. Okay. Scientists estimate that if we paid more attention to cancer prevention instead of focusing mostly on treatment, at least blank times more lives could be saved. I don't know. Probably 20 times more lives. At least blank of all cancer due to preventable factors like poor diet, smoking, and exercise. Let's say 55. It's never the highest one to second one. I feel like I don't want to get fucked on all like the number guessing ones. Okay, good luck. 80, that's what we needed. Yes. Okay. We are now qualified to overturn his fake public diagnosis. Whew. Okay. Which ones did we get wrong? Mitosis is immediately followed by, the answer is gap 1. Okay, whatever. Oncoding genes. Oh shit. Because it was typoed. We did get this one. Bro, my test taking meta is perfect. Okay. Smoking is responsible release percentage. I don't know. Okay. In the United States, oh, the answer was D. All of these. Oh, get out of here. Whatever. Okay, we reshuffled all of these: the surgery, radiation therapy, and chemotherapy. And then we got like all the number ones wrong. Fuck that. Okay. All right. Thank you, KKMD. Okay, here we go. Good luck.
Hey, sorry about my voice. I'm getting over the flu, but I wanted to say thank you to the people that have reached out in the last 24 hours. Content creators, YouTubers, fans, friends, even people that don't even like me have had nice things to say, and I'm really grateful. Thank you. I have a favor to ask of those people, though, and I'm sorry to have to ask anything. But
true.
I see the rumor mills creeping back up.
Okay. Yes. Twitter video. Yes. My favorite product from Twitter.
Hey. Rumor mills creeping back up. Up again. The same rumor mill that's accused me of God knows what else.
God damn it.
And this time they've decided that I am...
Bro, seriously?
Sorry about my voice. I'm getting over the flu. But I wanted to say thank you to the people that have reached out in the last.
I can't watch the fucking video. I have to leave soon. I don't think we're gonna get to watch this because of this dog shit fucking platform. Are you serious? Incognito tab. Just download it? Can you download? Incognito tab. Oh my god, my shortcut doesn't work. Jesus.
Hey, sorry about my voice. I'm getting over the flu, but I wanted to say thank you to the people that have reached out in the last 24 hours. Content creators, YouTubers, fans, friends, even people that don't even like me have had nice things to say, and I'm really grateful. Thank you. I have a favor to ask of those people, though, and I'm sorry to have to ask anything. But I see the rumor mills creeping back up again. The same rumor mill that's accused me of God knows what else. And this time they've decided that I am faking my cancer diagnosis. And whereas I know that those people know better, I know that nobody's that fucking stupid, it's still going to spread like wildfire. So number one, if you're that kind of person, fucking stop. I get it's fun to LARP about me. I get it's fun to pretend that I'm a piece of shit. And I get that I made my mistakes in the past. But cancer's not something to pretend about. Cancer's not something to joke about. Cancer's not something pretending that I'm lying about. Cancer for clout and views.
He is absolutely lying. What a piece of shit. Unless he posts something in here to prove it wrong.
The fucked up thing to do. Get help. Secondly, if you see a YouTuber saying that I'm faking this shit, link it to me.
He is faking it.
I normally free speak
faking
advocacy, the whole
faking
9
it.
yards, but
yep, sue me. Sue me.
It's time I finally put my
Sue me.
foot down if I have to.
Hold on.
So I will here. Okay? And thirdly, if you see this shit in comment sections, if you see videos about it, shout these motherfuckers down. Let them know. Let them know reality. I get that it's fun to pretend. I get that it's fun to dunk on me and try to ruin my life. I get it. But fuck you if you're doing that.
Live here right now.
I don't want to let you this time. I've let you every other time. I didn't give a fuck what you had to say. But cancer's not a thing that we're going to joke about, okay? Cancer's not a thing that we're going to pretend I'm lying about. That's not a thing we're going to do. Okay? Fucking stop.
I need... Fuck. Do I really want to do this right now? Hold on, shit.
You'd do anything to keep your family healthy. So, isn't it time that you started thinking about your water?
Oh, shit!
You worry about most are removed. Get clean, healthy water in your home.
Fuck, I don't have time. I have to leave, like, now. Fuck!
You'll like this. All right?
If you can get me on the show, tell Keemstar to DM me on Twitter, and I will get on my phone, and I will be on the show, okay? Okay. Has he ever shown proof of diagnosis? Doesn't matter. Everything that he described and everything that he said was wholly consistent with not cancer. The thing that is not cancer. He's lying 1,000,000%. Fuck. How is it 2 years old and nobody... Wait, has somebody made a video on this? Hold on. Boogie lying about cancer. No, Boogie does not have cancer. Boogie lied about his cancer. I am a human. What he has... it's something called polycythemia vera. It's a genetic blood disorder in which there is an edit. Boogie's not dying of cancer. It's all blood cells. No, he doesn't have this though. This poster doesn't know what they're talking about. It's a genetic condition. What they're describing, this would be a cancer. Yeah, he's this. Fuck, they're retarded. But it's a Boogie subreddit. Okay. Wait, how has nobody called him out on this? 12 minutes ago. Did this guy do it?
We dropped him being fat. It's things that he could handle and get rid of if he wasn't so fat.
Oh, this guy sounds retarded, but he sounds like... I'm sorry. I'm making fun of his voice. That's so mean. I'm sorry. This guy sounds like he might be hitting on it, but I don't have time. Listen. Get me on the show and I'll call in, okay? Tell him to DM me. I love you. I'll be back later. Peace out.